Hey everybody, I'm Fighter Cows with the Geek Fighters, ready to play some more Lost Judgment on Legend difficulty. And with me, as usual, is the other Geek Fighters, Double RPG and Metal Blue Eyes. Say hi, guys.
Hi,
Hey,
guys.
yo.
And right there, as you can see, it is indeed on Legend. Let's see how well we do, because so far, look how many hours I put in 100%ing the game before I started this playthrough. 73.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm sure that kitty at the title screen was looking at Yagami and say, "Don't you play Doom music? Don't you play Doom music?" Or else I'm gonna summon NEDM on your ass.
And then we get sued because I did Dan Severn's theme. Look at this.
Yeah.
This is a PS. It's on PS4 as well, but looking at like how clear this looks on 5, it's like you can tell that you really should, if you can, and you have a choice between the 4 or the 5 version of this game, get the 5.
Oh yeah.
Just like with the first
Definitely.
game, get the 5 because the first game has a lot of frame rate issues because it barely works on the 4 on PS4. The first Judgment.
Mhm. Yeah.
This place reeks of money.
Look, it kind of looks like our team are wearing scrubs when going inside this place.
So,
Scrubs with ball caps.
We're rolling hard and rolling deep.
Yeah.
Something Yagami, I was thinking about this last night with the difference between Yagami and Kiryu, how they're like, Yagami isn't as strong, but he's still really good, but Yagami has homies, though, which are also strong, so it you know, like...
It kind of it compensates for his weakness.
To me,
By the way,
Yagami's the actual hero that took over for Kiryu. Because Ichiban, he has homies too, but like, I don't know.
Think we ought to split 'em up
Yagami's
between us.
actually out there being a detective,
Could, but
Yeah.
literally going out of his way to help people and
we stick out enough as is.
stop all this
People
crap
will
that
wonder we
Kiryu
did
would
it
have, so
alone.
Kiryu can rest
But if we moved
easy.
in pairs, they'd let us
Yagami and his
off a lot
homies are on the
easier.
case.
Let me shut my door real quick.
That reminds me of something. When a con man pretends to be a cop, they'll usually.
Yeah,
I'm
you
letting,
probably
but
could've
this is
heard
one
my
of the few
dog.
games where I'm not switching the dialogue. So I'm like, well, you guys may not have actually seen this game. It's still technically fairly new. It's only what,
Yagami knows his
half a
material.
year, a little more over
It came out
in
last
October
year.
or September,
Very
Yeah,
fine.
September of last
late
year.
last year.
How about
Yeah.
Kaito-san
Yeah,
and
so
I take
almost a
caps
year
and you
old
guys take
at
the
this
rest?
point. Maybe just
Alright,
10 months
anyway.
old.
Right here. Now these cameras don't see very far, but they do see wide. 150 degrees.
So
to
we
be
got to plant
precise.
these cameras, and this
So
is
let's
where
try to set them up where we think a bully
this game
would
really
be most
sets up
likely to
the
strike.
So,
side
just
stuff
gotta
that
find
about the
teacher's blind
school
spots, eh?
that you don't even have to
You're
do,
looking
but
at a
like
natural, buddy.
You would brag about something like that, Kaito.
this part really sets that up.
Better stop
Oh,
it
yeah.
and blush.
Because you were on
All right.
this stuff you've
guys,
already
I think
played
it's
yourself,
time for
right, Kyle?
Yes.
Because you said you were on
Uh-huh.
chapter
Talking about
5 or
starting
so.
here.
Yeah, I got
You
to
guys
chapter
are
5,
working your way
as
around opposite
farthest I got.
Affirmative.
And Metal, you haven't played Judgment or Lost Judgment, right?
No, sadly.
Cameras, so we
So I guess
I have partaken in the other entries in the Yakuza series, however, so...
yes. So yeah, you're not completely lost, and
No.
not for the world, anyways. You're not lost. It's just you just don't know.
No, I am familiar with the setting and some,
And you saw Kyle play
feel.
part 1, so
Yeah. So,
you're
I
not.
think I'm good.
Yeah. I forgot to watch Kyle. Double R did play part 1.
Of course.
Yes.
Yes, he
And you
did.
played on
Play
what?
Judgment.
Oh, yeah.
Judgment.
Yeah. That's where you drop love letters.
Judgment.
That's where you drop letters to your crush or challenge your rivals to
Dude.
duels.
The world.
Dude, what century did you go to school in? He's talking about like old manga and anime where they be doing that.
This place is
in
where
the shoe
there's 3
lockers.
cameras.
That many just for the lockers?
Yep. See, a school never has that many blind spots. So when you do find one, you make it special. And this
Well,
one's pinging
you
right
got
around
plenty of
the
cameras on you guys, so
Huh.
it all works.
Alright, sure,
Kaito,
let's do it.
I like how Kaito isn't dumb either.
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, smart guy and dumb guy. No, they're both smart. Okay, strong guy, weak guy. No, they're both strong. What?
They're basically Batman and Robin in this metaverse of Yakuza.
Except they're both Batman.
Things on your end.
Yeah.
Batman and younger Batman, basically, like,
Copy that.
Pretty
which is
much.
basically what Rob. I guess Batman and Nightwing. There you go.
Yeah, Nightwing. I was gonna say Nightwing because it's more of a camaraderie between Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson with those two.
That's right, some good old Dick.
Grayson. Oh man, nobody's around today. Well, yeah, shoot, because it's gonna get hyped today.
Oh,
All right.
that's unfortunate.
Don't worry, they'll see the archive. I hope.
There really shouldn't be anything going on this weekend. I know that next weekend is going to be San Diego Comic-Con,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that I know.
which
There is some stuff going on this weekend, but nothing like huge.
well,
So let's go up one.
for the Hero Club, you said that G-Fest was happening this weekend,
Well,
right?
G Fest is this weekend in Rosemont, Illinois. Funnily enough, in the exact same city, about 5 minutes down the road, is the Yu-Gi-Oh! North American Championship, also
Yeah.
this weekend.
Close corners make
That's
for more
funny.
visibility.
And things really got kick-started on day one yesterday when somebody pulled the fire alarm and everybody had to get the F out.
Ugh,
All right. Then let's get a camera here.
there's always got to be a rat bastard who's gonna,
There's always got to
Start the-
be that one.
who's got to start the fire. Kind of like that one person who stole all that Street Fighter footage
Right.
during
Let's move on to
the,
the next floor.
because they were gonna do a documentary of Street Fighter or Street Fighter 4, but somebody at like that Capcom Pro Tour event just all of a sudden stole the footage and they couldn't even do it right away.
Are you perhaps on the second floor?
Anyway, hey Bad
Let's
Gamer.
start setting up.
Oh, really?
Okay, we're
huh.
almost done with the
The
first
chat
floor.
here
Heading
isn't
to the building
working.
after.
Oh wait, no,
I
it
think
is.
we
It
can
is.
handle that all on
It's
our
just
own.
it was just behind.
So can
Okay.
you finish up the second and third floors here?
And he said, well, I tried showing up. Well, hey,
Splitting up
you're
for a bit
welcome to
shouldn't hurt.
watch.
How about
so-
I take the second floor and you do the third?
Works for me.
Not a whole lot,
and
Alex.
For proof, I did show that this is on Legend. Right when the game started, as Kyle can tell you. I
Oh
loaded it.
yeah. He's been playing a little over 73 hours of this already.
Yeah, 73 hours put in just to get all the side quests done. And beat Amon. Ooh. You guys were there for that. I had that on
Yeah.
YouTube as a private video. I could.
Yeah. Alex is like 73H?
Hours, yes, 73 hours.
Oh Lord, yeah.
Let's
Just say when the Cinderella is 24
right there.
hours.
73 hours, 6 minutes, 22 seconds. My last save. 9 seconds. 9 minutes, 20.
Yeah, Alex said, I knew you liked the game, but damn.
Wait, where am I going?
You're putting up cameras.
Reasons more ethical. I could just avoid the urinals.
Yeah, who would want to see defecation in the bathroom when going through an investigation like this?
Okay, there we go.
Defecation. No,
No
breathing.
breathing.
Don't-
Oh boy.
I'm not going to go any further, but yeah.
Bad Gamer said, "Who am I to talk to?" Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure there's some games you put hundreds of hours in.
Oh, hey, LPH.
Ahoy,
He's-
hoy.
He says, man, just eat, man. And
Looking for something
Alex
to
says that he has so many games that go past 200 hours.
Investigation mode. If I remember right, I gotta look at the water bottle and the cigarette. Where's the cigarette?
Yeah, due to smoking on the premises.
What the?
Wait, when he should not be doing such a thing.
Fellow smoker.
Suspicious.
You shouldn't be.
You shouldn't even be smoking cigarettes or else you're gonna end up sounding like this.
I'm pretty sure smoking's not allowed.
You saw that, huh? Could you, keep this between us?
I think
But in exchange,
I think the
you can
longest
share
I've ever
information.
played in a game, or, put in so many hours for a game was
Tell anyone, okay?
when I was capturing footage for Final Fantasy X HD, when I was doing that Final Fantasy retrospective episode on Final Fantasy X and X-2, I got like 130 hours out of that with trying to 100% that game from beginning to end.
You want to hear something heartbreaking?
What's up?
With a bunch of hours I put in a game before.
Hmm.
I put in 100 plus hours in the Persona 4 Golden. Got maxed everything, best personas, like the top tier ones. Caught like, did like all the cool stuff. And then, because it was on the Vita,
I've still got 2 cameras left.
and the little memory stick was worth money,
Hey, Kaito-san,
I don't have that memory
don't you
stick
think we should
anymore,
be
and all that's
installing
gone.
these in classrooms?
Ah,
Isn't that where bullying
dang.
primarily takes place?
All that work.
You might be right about that. But we couldn't cover every classroom if we wanted to, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, as professionals, we'll just have to make
Try
do
not
what
to
we
skip,
got.
even though my
We should
ADHD
set
brain
this
is like,
camera
push
up
X to
wherever
skip.
we
And I'm
get
like,
the broadest
no.
view.
People
How about the ceiling in the
people
middle of
actually
the hall?
might not be watching the
We'll see
screen
who
and
we're
like
going in
need to
and out
know.
of class. Okay, Tuck, I'm gonna give you a
LPH says, too bad I stopped playing this game because too many games are out.
Uh-huh.
Oh man,
You ain't kidding, man.
I have a big backlog myself. I have, and a bunch
Ditto.
of them are Switch games. Funny enough, like Dragon Ball Hero, Superhero, and Digimon Cyber
You know,
Sleuth,
we totally could have done this
Sukuna
during
of Rice and
recess.
Ruin. Those are all Switch games.
And I got another one to add to my batch, which I got today, was Pocky and Rocky Reshrined on Switch. Like it how the students are just looking at him.
They're like, what are you
They're
doing?
like, he's hanging 10 off that guy's back.
Oh, look at the bullies. You could tell they're special because they all have completely different hairstyles and facial models and everything compared to the like
Oh,
ordinary
yeah.
students.
You saw them, right? Those kids who started trouble at the restaurant.
You noticed too, huh?
Classroom 2-2.
Sounds like we've got some bullies in there for sure. That'll be a prime
LPH
spot for
says,
the last
and
game.
I just beat Ghost of Tsushima last week. Oh, nice.
Oh, hey,
Make sure they don't see your face.
That is such a good game.
look at this these dumb kids.
Oh, those kids.
They
They-
have
they-
the IQ of -50 or something.
They are
To-
just they're just people you want to pop real badly.
Like to keep fighting Yagami, which you're gonna see
Oh,
over
yeah.
and over.
Oh,
Sorry to be in your way, ma'am. We won't take long.
I understand, but nobody knows.
Oh,
Oh.
Sawa Sensei. I mean, who? I never heard of you.
and nobody notified us this school hired such
Kaito
gorgeous
over here.
teachers.
You know what?
Say hello to Erica Lindblad playing
Probably
this
because our
character.
usual repairman were
Oh, is
here
Erica
just last
Lindbeck?
month.
Yeah, that's Lindbeck
Can't
voicing her.
stand anything like
Uh-huh.
that. We're just here doing our job, man.
You can call me Sawa Sensei, not ma'am, and you're in my classroom.
But yeah, that gal's made a really big name for herself in the voice acting community.
I just give her the.
So, this is
Not
how it's gonna be,
ma'am,
huh?
and you're in my
This is how you
classroom.
treat
It's like,
people who work for you?
but you're a
I
lady.
beg your pardon?
I think it's only
You
natural
call us
for
and put us to work. Then you give us a
Yagami and
good grade.
Kaito to say
Our
ma'am
fault
towards
that
you.
we're notified by your own school. Isn't it the teacher's responsibility to
It's,
keep track of scheduled maintenance? But hey, what do
That's
I
kind
know?
of
Go.
one-sided for you to
Now,
say
just a minute.
don't call me
Been in
ma'am.
business a long time.
Well,
Not
I'm gonna
once
become
have I
one-sided
ever
myself and
seen
say,
like
don't
this.
call me
We
sir.
could've been in and out of here in under a minute. But whatever. Your problem, man.
I just
You
doing
better
the full
believe we'll
borderline
report
version
this
here.
to the exchange team.
I'm giving her the borderline answer.
Okay, there's no need to go that far.
Oh, I'm going.
You'll be done in under
Yeah.
a minute?
40 seconds if you like.
Well, if it really is that quick, fine. Then let's just take care of it.
That's
With that
47
close up of
seconds.
Yagami's face, what?
I can get it done in 35.
Why can I see it? Just
Right.
his face, somebody replacing his face with
continue with
Abisumaru from Goemon.
LPHS, do
I
kids really act like
apologize
this?
for grilling you like that.
Them bullies?
Consider it water
Man.
under the bridge. Why ruin our bloody
Oh, yeah.
relationship?
I like to
The
think in real life, about bullying, yeah. But the part about them re-challenging Yagami, I like to think in real life, like,
You know what they say.
I never met a kid dumb like that. Even growing up. Remember the story I told you about dragging a kid's face across the
Ignore him,
locker?
please.
Oh yeah.
That kid never messed
We'll
with
get
me
this guy
again. I
and
don't
be out of your hair.
like, and he wasn't that bright. Like these kids, these bullies have got to be like negative IQ for like
And we're done.
keep trying to challenge
Sorry
him.
again
Like,
for the disturbance. We'll be going now.
LPA says, and now I got that GameStop video in my mind.
The hell is that?
What
Kaito-san?
GameStop video?
You forget we're working here?
Yeah, but man.
I don't know.
Is it that PSA about those people going to GameStop where the sales representative is also trying to sell them a magazine subscription?
All right. Back to work. I get it.
Oh well.
This is Tsukumo reporting in. Yagami-shi, please respond.
Hey man, we just finished setting up the cameras.
So what makes me the bad guy?
Kaito-san meet us at the gymnasium then?
Oh, LPA says the Ma video.
Might as well check the camera feed and discuss what to do moving forward.
That's what he was referring to.
We'll see you at the gym.
But anyway, when Yagami's face was zooming in, I said, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody actually replaced his face with Ebisumaru from Goemon, because whenever he did those close-ups, all of a sudden it would just cut to Goemon's face with a really shocked expression and him saying, "Whoa, no close-ups, please."
And you know, I heard something that Konami's actually trying to get Metal Gear back up.
Yeah, the games that were digitally on the storefronts.
You heard about this, Metal? All right, never mind. Go ahead, Kyle. I thought I'd bring him into conversation.
Oh yeah.
Excellent work.
So
gentlemen. All cameras
yeah,
are
the thing
fully
is
operational.
that they were, I think Metal Gear Solid 2 and I think at least 3 and the first one were delisted because of
Something like
stock
that,
foot because of the
By the way, Yagami,
Yeah, the stock
copyright
footage. Yeah,
on
it's all
these
the copyright.
on the
Did you
stock
find a
footage.
lead there or something?
Yeah, that
You know,
classroom had those
Konami, I
prominent
thought they would be like, it ain't pachinko, we
Thought
don't
they'd be
care,
worth
let it stay
keeping an eye on.
delisted. But
Uh-huh.
you know, I'll give
Well,
them that. Like,
nothing
hey, you
unusual
guys are
has
willing
turned up
to
yet.
actually try and put the games
Guess
back
we'll
up.
have to watch and wait.
Mm-hmm.
LPA says so
If
they
there's
need
any
money
bullying
again.
happening at this
Yeah.
school, this is a
Yeah.
surefire way to find out.
And speaking of which, they're gonna be Konami's gonna be there at San Diego Comic Con this year, hyping up the Cowabunga collection.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure that's when we're finally gonna get the release date for that.
Wrong as it is.
Now they're smoking.
There's something about smoking.
This is the only game that, like, this is the only series where they're like, yeah, we're all smoking. I'm like,
You're awfully nostalgic today, Kaito-san.
why
Yeah,
do
well,
they like?
my school was
Why would they
The
do
rest
that
of the
on?
world.
Why would they do
Smoking's
that
not cool.
on the rooftops of a school like that?
Guys,
That
check
would
this
seem
out.
like that's making
I
them
may
the
have found something.
delinquents.
Yeah.
Starchild. Oh, hey, Starchild. He says,
This is
yeah,
the
they are
classroom where
relisting the
Yagami
Metal
set
Gear
up
Solid
the
games.
camera. Class 2.
Yay.
Them again.
Tell you what, when
Another
it comes to
fucking little girl.
the MGS games that are in HD, they need to do a one with the like they need to do a remaster of them with the 4K textures and all that.
That'd be
And
cool.
I've never been bullied. I've been bullied. I never had a random kid like try to kick me in the face and it's freaking
Writing
like
something on her?
that
Permanent
though.
marker?
Drawing on me. Yeah. No, it's just great. Yeah.
Talk. Let's go kick the shit out of those punks. No way I'm letting that slide.
Yeah, this is a problem.
Golly.
Yagami-san,
What now?
looks like they got what they came for. They were already leaving the classroom.
That poor girl that, and then all those kids. We're not gonna do anything,
Nobody
which is
helping her. It's like they don't
apparently
wanna
that's why
see
they
it.
made this game because apparently that's a thing in Japanese culture where they're like, well, we're gonna
Let's go, Kaito-san. I
stand
wanna see
right
what
here
happens
and
with my own 2 eyes.
not do anything.
I
Golly.
suppose report this to our client.
A lot of people are like
Didn't
that.
expect to
No,
find
you
anything this
can't
quickly,
just.
though. But now we have
Man.
irrefutable evidence that bullying
I
is
really
real
hate it
here in
when,
Serio.
you know, people
We'll have
like
to take
them
this up
prey
with the
upon the
chairman and see
weak.
how we should proceed.
Sarjan still there? I guess he left.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure he's still there. But I just haven't seen anybody post anything new in the chat yet. But
Oh,
yeah,
here, I believe this is where we get the side story stuff. That
oh
oddly
yeah, when
enough, this whole section didn't need to happen. This whole section. Oh wait, it's not happening yet. Okay, never mind. I think because you'll know when it happens because he gets stopped when he's walking down the stairs. Oh, there's more stairs? What?
oh boy,
Wait, where am I going? Oh boy. I think I kept walking too far. I just kept going down. Yeah, well, here we go. My bad. Yo, this game's music is amazing, and if you, I hope you guys can hear it, cause right, Kyle, I did. You were able to help me with that with the game audio balancing.
yes.
Make sure that it's heard, but we're not being overblown by it.
Let's get a little closer.
I hope you can hear it, cause there's some good music. Examine the bullied students.
Starchild post something new. He said the Italian PlayStation Store also listed some PS1, PSP games too early. Dino Crisis, Ridge Racer 2, Soul Calibur, Broken Destiny, No Heroes Allowed, and Loco Roco Midnight Carnival.
They wrote "slut" on her hand.
Oh, yeah,
Read that.
ugh.
It literally says Ero Noko, basically, or Ero Noko, something Eroko, something. Ero for erotic, and then girl, basically erotic girl, more literally, but slut, yeah.
Yeah, that's.
No, I'm not saying that on Twitch. Please don't think we're just saying that for no reason. That's what the game says. I'm not. Anything else I'm supposed to, like her shoes? Bag?
Did you check the back of the chair? There,
No, not that chair.
Oh, okay.
I keep thinking it's her bag.
There's got to be
the
something.
Shoe. There we go, the shoes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Would have thought that there would be something that would stand out.
Her notebook. Anything else I'm missing?
What the? Hey.
He was dunking on Kaito. Kaito can't pull that off. I could have sworn it was her bag too, but it's not.
Poor Kaito-san.
Suspicious.
Yeah, there's got to be something else.
Oh, there you go. I got it.
Oh.
This is Tsukuma,
Dang.
paging Yagamishi.
Yeah, what's up?
I've just reported our findings to the chairman. Could you meet us here? His office is on the 3rd floor of the east building.
On our way.
Skitty bop, not a boom. Also, just blow up when I open that door. No.
Oh Lord.
Oh, metal. This is like boring stuff right here that I believe is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like exposition. So, I have to ask, what's with Fluanderies and what's with the Yu-Gi-Oh championships? Actually, no, Fluanderies.
Well,
I gotta ask about the Master Duel meta.
all right. Well, Flunderies or Flounderies, however you want to say it, whatever. It's a very strong and special kind of deck because they don't special summon. They just let you do a whole shit ton of normal summons. And because of that, you can get out some pretty insane boards. Not to mention, you can run a lot of the floodgates that a lot of decks like to run these days to kind of lock your opponent down. So it's an interesting deck, and I get the feeling we're going to be seeing a lot of it during the EX0 festival.
These men are detectives.
If
That
you don't know,
starts
the
in
EX0
a couple days.
Festival is
These gentlemen
no
are Yagami-san?
No extra deck. Yeah.
I see.
You are not allowed to
Very
use an
well.
extra deck in any way, shape, or form.
Yoko Sawa.
So we're going straight up caveman Yu-Gi-Oh here.
I've explained the situation to Sawa-sensei, our homeroom teacher for Class 2-2. Why don't you both have a seat?
Yokosawa.
Now here's how you
I
stand
knew
up to
something
bullying.
was wrong, but I could never put my
You
finger
put a
on
hidden
what.
camera, and then you
The girl
yell
being bullied.
through the
Her
camera.
name's Mommy Coda. Do I have that right?
Yes, she's in the basketball club, and so are all those kids surrounding her.
Wonder if that's where the bullying started.
Sawa-sensei, you mentioned noticing something was wrong?
Well, only
She's
that
in the basketball
Koda-san
club.
hasn't been herself lately.
Suspend him. Expel him. Kick those bullies
Oh.
out of here. The
I
video
see.
we took has all you need.
The club.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. For one thing,
Yeah,
it would
well,
be
welcome to
quite
the club.
problematic to use this video as evidence.
Welcome to the club, biatch.
School can't just come out and say we've been recording your kids without consent.
Yes, and let us bear in mind, they still have their whole lives ahead of them.
It'd be quite problematic to use the video as evidence. I mean, dude, she's getting bullied for crying out loud.
The other way, are you?
Hey, last
But
night you said
Yagami's
the
point
total
is
opposite,
true that
man.
they can't just say we've been recording without
If you
consent.
intend to cover this up, let me just
Especially
begin by
minors.
saying,
No one is suggesting we cover it up.
then we need to act now. We have no idea how close to the edge Koda-san could be. What if there's a chance? What if she does something drastic before tomorrow?
There's a reason she may be jumping to conclusions. Yagami. Oh right, but this is the beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon me for saying so, but bullying is rarely resolved by the victim and the perpetrator coming to a
Look at how
mutual
realistic
agreement.
that hair looks on Yagami.
Thus, a third party must intervene.
I presume you read that in a book somewhere. I can tell you from experience.
You can definitely see how graphically advanced this game is when compared to Like a Dragon.
Yeah, look at that old man's face, bro. His wrinkles, his little like pock marks and all that.
For a bullied child to come forth and seek help.
The reflection of light in his glasses.
As
Mm-hmm.
outsiders are to intervene.
Yeah, I mean, there definitely does seem to be some ray tracing effects for the PS5 and Xbox Series X version, at least.
Making a big scene might only make things worse for
Here's the
Koda-san.
crazy thing. I looked up about ray tracing on this game.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't use it.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it did.
And you're just gonna watch him sink?
What I'm saying is, we have to put a stop to the bullying.
Believe that, chat? This game doesn't use ray tracing.
Let's start it in that class.
That
It's
is
insane. Imagine the next Dragon Engine game that comes out and it
I'm
does.
sorry.
That.
insane
Did you say you were a
and
detective?
Maybe
Look at that
unlikely.
Alienware laptop randomly with the RG. Sukumo, you can tell he's a gamer.
Tell me,
Yeah.
Like, and he needs to have his RGB keyboard,
Yeah, he does.
even on his laptop.
You think there's a real chance we could pull this off, Yagami-san?
I do. Can you bring up that video again?
Sure. One moment.
But he is with his friggin' RGB laptop. I need to have the
I
RGB
think the
colors,
secret
bro.
to stopping the bullying is right here in this video.
really? And by all means, detective, enlighten us.
You don't have to be so condescending.
Nope. She's got a point. You gotta back up that claim. So what's this big secret you're talking about?
Come on, Kaito. The secret in this video on how to stop the bullying is... What do you think Yagami's talking about? I brought it up earlier, actually. I already brought up the secret. I want to give you a shot. What do you think
Okay.
is the secret? Chat, what do you think is the secret to stop bullying?
Yes.
I brought it up earlier. I actually already gave the answer.
Punch the bully in the nose.
That's what I would do.
Bad Gamer says, you aren't a true PC gamer unless you use RGB lights on everything.
That's true.
Oh yeah, as Jetstream Sam can tell you.
Yeah. What do you
He
think?
spent
Kyle?
$3,000 on
what's
his
your,
RGB setup.
What's your answer?
Me?
What's your answer? I'm asking the chat. What do you
I would
think?
say I would say the onlookers.
That's one for the onlookers. How about you, chat? Give them a second.
LPA says, I too poor for that. And Alex says, top answers.
Yes, I was saying this earlier. It's that nobody around them is. It's the onlookers. They're just letting it
It's
happen.
those students
Yeah.
sitting idly by. They're aware of the problem, but aren't doing anything to help.
LPA says,
Yeah. there's a
to
whole
the
flock of
onlooker.
bullies.
Yep.
Get in their way, you're
I was
the
saying
next
that's a
target.
problem in Japan in general.
Adults do the
I
same
was
thing,
watching a video
honestly.
though with Star Child. Star Child, do you remember the video we're talking about? The train otaku? How even
We should
how
hold some
how
sort of
they were like
trial and
bullying
get
some
the class
foreigner,
involved?
but even the right
Is
wing
that
Japanese
what you're
nationalists
trying to suggest?
won't come to their aid.
Again, something like that would only
Even the
spoil the show.
racist Japanese are like,
And
nah,
that would only
train
bring
otaku
more
are crazy.
pain to Kodo-san. Tell me, what is your suggestion?
I bring up that
for
video
Yagami-san?
because a bunch of them were like just attacking
I'm
this
getting
one
at
guy.
is
They
that
were
it's
like
the silence
onlookers,
of
but
all
they
the
were like
classmates that
attacking
gets
this one
power
guy for
controls. On the
cutting off
surface,
their picture
we
of the
only see
train.
students turning their eyes as one of their own gets tormented.
They were
They
like
feign
yelling at him like,
disinterest,
"Shinei!"
or pretend not to notice because
They're telling him
remember,
to die
that's
and
the
stuff
safest
and all
thing to
that. He's
do.
just like, "What's the problem?"
But deep down, kills
And
the
like everybody
deceit.
online was like, "No, it ain't his fault.
Shit.
Those train
So
those
if
train
class could
otaku are just
express
crazy."
that, the pressure would then shift to the bullies. We have to tip the social balance in that classroom, become the voices of justice, of social law. Then it's the bullies who become the
Watch your
outcasts.
language there,
Would
Kaito.
they keep running the risk of bullying if it meant social exile?
I can see how you arrived there.
All right. So where do we come?
All right, my controller is now wireless.
We
Gives
come
me a
in
little
by
more
giving
freedom
the
to move.
bystanders a voice. We're gonna be the spark that lights a fire. After all, the first voice matters the most.
Okay, so what's the plan here?
Tsukumo, how fast can you get your hands on a couple of mini speakers? I want to put them in the classroom where they can't be seen.
I can have them here momentarily, but I admit I don't really grasp the plan.
Am my
here.
fans getting picked up?
I don't blame you. I honestly can't say.
I have two
No,
fans on.
no, you should be fine. I don't even
Okay.
hear your fans.
I
Cool.
see. In that case, I'll be back.
Because
before
this is
school's
the
out.
the bedroom, like
Chairman, I
Not
don't know
the-
what
not
these
the living
detectives
room.
are planning.
Right.
I'll tell you this right now.
Alex says,
I
but yeah,
refuse to
you
stand
need them
idly while
RGB
a
lights
student
on
gets
your
pushed to the
keyboard,
breaking
PC
point.
case, chair, mouse, table, your dog, cat, under your bed, like them.
You need
like
to
them
you need to
Need for
shove them
Speed
into like
underground game
everything.
cars, everything.
and directly into your
Do you
veins
remember
too,
what I told
so you can
about the
glow
student who
RGB
committed
lights.
Suicide? That affected
And you
Sarah's
also got to have the song "Get Low" by
Perhaps she blamed
Lil Jon and the
John.
East Side Boys playing during that.
whatever the cause may have been.
Also, no
I can see
Zero
that.
fan.
As
Oh,
the
good.
chairman of this school, I don't
I have
want to
two
let
fans
him
blowing
down.
in my face right now
So
because of this room.
please, help
It's
us,
hot, and this
Yagami-san.
room does not have.
Help us all.
We still didn't put the AC in, but this would not be the room with the AC even if it was put in.
How's it coming along, Yagami-shi?
You,
No
you
complications?
telling her to help
So
out
far,
Sawa
so
Sensei,
good.
but
Looks like
I
most
don't
of
think
the
she's
students
gonna
are
want
going
your
home.
help.
Do you have the speakers I gave you?
Yep.
She's gonna be
Just
too
what I needed.
prideful and wanting to try to,
Tsukumo.
initially try to solve this herself.
How about
I
we save the
feel.
praise for after our plan works out.
Anybody in the classroom right now?
In class 2-2? Let me check. Now that's odd.
What's wrong?
Well, that one's fine, but there's something wrong with the camera in the classroom building. The one on the second
Oh, yeah,
floor
here
by
we
the
go.
stairs.
Is it broken?
Oh, we throwing hands with
getting a
those
signal.
delinquents.
No,
Something might be blocking
this is
the
the
lens.
annoying. This
All right.
really,
I'll check it
literally
out
doesn't
on the
have to
way.
happen.
Oh yeah.
But it's a way to get you into the school stories.
Oh.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Her
Okay.
a little too smart for her own good, honestly.
Yeah. Because she thinks that
You're you're a
Yagami is a peeping tom.
Yeah.
Hey
How'd it
kid,
look,
it's
Yagami-shi?
just
Find
business.
out.
Did you find something?
Exactly.
Yeah, a sticker on the lens.
You're just being a peep. If you're so smart to get everything else, how are you not
Hey,
smart to
Yagami-shi,
find out that
behind
he's not
There
being
he
a creep,
is. That's the pervert who
and
said
that he has
the
other
camera.
reasons? Gym teacher. Why is he an old
See, when you
school?
find a
Why
hidden
does he
camera,
look like
the first
frickin'
spot is
Ryoma
to
from
take it
frickin'
down. That's wrong.
Get a Robo or
What you do
friggin' that
instead
one
is
dude from
blind
Project
lens.
Justice,
That
that one
way,
gym
when the
teacher
perv finally
who
notices,
like hits you
Oh.
with the kendo stick and you get to
bam,
shoot out a big
caught in
key
the
blast.
Oh
I get it, officer.
boy.
Just stay back.
Also,
Hey,
I learned about some of the actors in this game. All the bullies, Dawson casting. Her Dawson casting. Now, if you don't know what Dawson casting is, do you know what I mean by that?
No.
I've heard the trope.
It's when they cast someone to be a teenager when they're actually an adult.
Oh.
In their 20s or 30s.
Yeah.
I see.
All the main, like her and the bullies and the main girl getting bullied are all Dawson casting.
Dang.
The Japanese, you know, a lot of them tend to look a lot
Yeah, you think?
younger no matter what. That's just like, I don't know if it's just their genetics.
I don't know. It's like it's like that girl just.
I remember seeing this girl who was like 50 and she still looked like this. I was like, "You're 50? No way."
It's like it's like that girl summoned the PC principal from South Park to deal with you.
Yeah. This whole thing is unnecessary. You find out though. The whole stealth segment that lasts way too long.
Oh yeah.
Unnecessary and yeah.
Oh my God, it's Spider-Man. I'd like it if one of the kids in that school said, "Oh my God, it's Spider-Man."
Because you know what Yagami says after all this about, "Oh no, you'll be a sex offender."
Oh.
You know what he just tells her after he finally straightens things out with her?
Yeah,
I could have just sued you for defamation. And she's like, "Oh crap, you would have won too."
Yeah.
So
Great. Just what I
this whole part here is literally padding. Doesn't need to happen.
Yeah, just completely filler at this point.
Yeah. Does not need to happen.
I mean, when you befriend the girl, I mean, yeah, she's a cool cat, but it's just like this whole part. It's like, come on.
Where have you been watching
Need to happen.
No.
What's funny is there is a side story
Right. I'll try not to
where there is a guy who's a peeping tom with hidden cameras, but it's not Yagami. Yagami is not. If she knew Yagami's character, she would know he's not that type of dude.
No.
Yagami's not a Scoob.
It looks like some of the guards have arrived. You think you can make it out?
He's not a Scoob, creep, perv. I don't know what else.
I'll have to somehow. But before that, I'm gonna need to.
It's like it's one of those things where she should be blaming that perverted trio from the previous game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think they come back in this.
Yeah, I think I remember you telling me about it too.
I did all the side stories, but I'm trying to remember like.
All I have to do is not get caught, right? Besides, I have the world's greatest hacker on my side.
Yeah, so yeah, Yagami just could have said. He even tells her, "Yeah, I could have actually just sued you for defamation since you have no real proof that my intention was to be a pervert."
Yeah.
Let's get this mission started.
Yeah, and who would have?
And she even says like, "Oh crap."
Let's go.
Yeah.
Like, so then literally this has this. I mean, I guess also, but at the same time, like
I said, I should be able to help you.
lot, yeah, like I guess it would be easier to just sneak out.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah.
But she gets it with other stuff. Like, how are you this smart and this dumb at the same time?
Exactly.
What if they made the stealth sections harder, or if it's literally legend mode, it's just the combat's harder. I hope it's just the combat.
I would say it's probably just the combat.
Okay, makes sense.
Because, just from looking at this, it seems like the stealth section, at least so far, doesn't really look all that different.
No, it doesn't from what you played, right? And you're playing on what, normal?
Yeah, I'm playing on normal right now.
Damn, not happening.
Alex actually beat this before too, I believe.
Class 2 too.
Right, Bad Gamer, did you beat this game?
Another route. Give me a moment.
You know you didn't like.
It seems the rooftop might be a more viable option. Let's abandon this route and try.
Yeah. No sense waiting for the guards to just give up. Let's check out the rooftop.
This whole part here, mate. I remember getting mad at this because I was like, "What is this?"
Bad Gamer says he did beat it, so yes.
The hell? Another roadblock?
My apologies. I'm afraid.
Well, shit.
Yagami-shi.
Hmm?
Just one. Now, in that case, let's just get that guard out of your way.
You got a plan?
Of course. Yagami-shi.
This thing I never used after this. I think
Ball or whatever?
all the side stories I never used this thing, this ball.
Actually. You fill that ball with powder or liquid and throw it at your target to blind them.
Right. So what's
Oh, the
inside this
ball.
thing?
Yeah.
Oh, just some peppers.
Peppers?
Sukumo smoke.
Is this really gonna work?
Now, don't doubt the
Ah,
materials.
so
Take my word for
Sukumo
it.
gave
Try
us
to
what equates to a smoke pellet.
Yeah, basically. And I never used it. Go 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 go. Babo go.
Oh, damn. It worked like a charm.
Yes, throw it
God,
at
I
that
love
guy.
this game, except for this
Throw-
part.
Throw it at that guy. Hit him in the face.
But Yagami-shi, that only works once. You'll have to procure a refill.
Yeah,
of your own.
I remember when I
Yeah,
first played it, he
got
told
it.
me about that. You only get it once. Like, oh man, what if I need it again? You really don't.
Nah.
You really don't. Why is the roof crowded? Yes. Why is it even this game, which is supposed to be more realistic?
Yeah,
oh,
why is it?
Lordy.
Yeah, why does it have full of students on there
in
when they
real
probably
life-
should be going home?
In real life, I remember this guy. I was it Anime Addicts or whatever. Oh, I just got caught.
Oh no!
I just walked out there because I thought his back was turned. My bad. Excuse me. You ain't gotta tell me all that. I just forgot what to do. That's all. There's a ladder right there. I forgot. Okay.
Dang.
Golly.
Gistiodo.
I'm glad you. I sent the gif of Farmer Fred saying that to Wheels. He was like, "What's he saying?" I was like, "It's Giliodo." It's like, "Wait, what?" I thought he usually said real words. Like, not all the time.
No, not Farmer Fran. He's all about gibberish in that movie.
Jibba jabba.
No, sometimes he'll say real stuff, but just
Well, yeah, sometimes, but most of the time
Sometimes.
but a lot of times he would just
Watch.
mainly speak gibberish.
Woo. Oh, there's the cop. Woo!
Turn your back around there, mister.
Why would you put a ladder that close to these things where like you can barely squeeze by to climb that ladder? Especially if you need to climb the ladder. I'm glad those students don't care about seeing a janitor.
Tsukumo, can you hear me?
The landing where you were accused of being a pervert? Yes.
Okay,
that's
Sukumo.
correct.
You have any idea how it's looking right now?
I'll take a look. There's no sign of that sharp girl who framed you. The onlookers seem
So-
to have dispersed too.
I'm gonna tell more about her as
Good to
we
go?
go along, because I don't think
There
I'm gonna.
is one guard
like,
posted there.
The school stories are cool,
I'm
but
sure
I
you can get past him.
doubt I'm gonna do all
Yeah.
of them because
Piece of
that
cake
robotic
is
stuff.
alone.
die in
Yeah,
a
I would
fire.
say only focus on the ones that are,
Yeah.
for story progression mainly.
Yeah. That robotics club.
Oh yeah, screw that robotics club. Ugh. I mean, it's cool when you're building the robots or going through the whole club thing where you're building the robots, but putting those robots into action, yeah, should have been more like maybe like a tactics
yeah.
type of game.
Controls ain't that great. I remember showing some people that it looks like a cool premise. That's what gets me.
Yeah.
It legitimately does. Like I remember Wheels, he was like, "That looks cool." Like, yeah, it looks cool, but playing
Even
is
even
a whole
Alex
other story.
even Alex said it. F the robotics club.
Yeah. The fact that I made myself suffer through that just 100% this game. Guess what? Technically, I didn't platinum this game because, wait, you did all the side missions, right? I'm like, yes, I did, but guess what? To platinum the game, you got to do all the town. What? He was turned around. Get out of here.
Ah. Son of a bee sting.
What? It put me all the way back here?
No.
Okay, I guess Legend Mode does make it a little harder because I don't remember having this much trouble.
Oh no, not the rooftops again.
That's garbage.
Oh.
What's funny is he turned around, I still got caught the first time, I remember.
Man,
Biggie Babo. Oh,
it's like selecting your difficulty in Mega Man 11. It's like if you play on the hardest difficulty, then you don't get any checkpoints during any stage at all.
am I allowed to save?
Yeah.
So I could just save scope. Nope, not allowed to save. Okay,
Ah,
all right,
lame.
neat. I think I know what I gotta do with that first cop. I gotta throw a smoke thing at him. I guess in this game the smoke thing actually will be more useful.
Oh yeah.
Before I never used it. I never needed to.
Oh, of course.
On normal.
Bad Gamer says, I wanted to 100% the school story, but the worst thing in the game club made it impossible.
Yeah, I hate that robotics club. And then upgrading your robots is just the worst.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna smoke powder this fool this time, man. Forget that. That's a freaking turn around on me. I'm over here like I'm already. Oh, okay. Just run, I guess.
It's pretty much the only thing you can do against that guy.
Yeah. Golly, stealth complete. Golly.
Hey, you were just right there.
Okay, I'm in class 2-2.
Robotics
Nobody
Club, man.
inside.
If you guys don't know,
Roger that.
it's a lot like
Seems
Dungeon
those
Dice
guards were no
Monsters.
trouble for you.
Yes, Metal, you heard that right.
Thanks to you.
Oh, really?
Yes, you have to build. You know how in Dungeon Dice Monsters you had to
Well,
build
better set up
your
those
way
speakers
with
while I
like
can.
4 blocks or whatever, 3 blocks.
Good luck.
Yeah.
The Robotics Club is literally that. But what if we gave it the worst tank controls ever?
Oh, lordy.
Ugh.
And on top of that, what if all the enemies have better upgrades than you do? And will get to you faster and kill you before you could even like lay down your blocks. Ah, right up her skirt. He is a pervert. He's going to jail. Going to jail, Yagami.
Could you say something through the speakers?
Ah, Yagami.
Oh, testing. Test.
Perfect.
Does this mean you're set up?
Yeah.
You knew better than that, Yagami. You're better than that.
Here we go.
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh boy.
You stay your ass right there.
I ain't have no
Go
punk
get
kid
Yaku
talk to
and
me
the
like that.
boys.
You stay your
I
butt
see you
right
got
there. Like, who you
security
think you
all
are?
lined
You're
up.
some kid.
They've been looking all
You
over
ain't got
you.
no authority, no
See, tell
nothing
them
over
to
him.
stay.
And also,
I sworn I saw you earlier at lunch. Now where have I seen that face? Oh, you're the guy from yesterday.
like,
The guy who
you
stole
know
my
you're no
fucking
match for
phone.
him, right? All of you
I'd say
together are
it's
no
time
match
for
for him.
some payback.
Don't lose heart, Yagamichi. Already come this
But
far.
here's some cool music.
Right. I can get through
You know?
this.
Here's some cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
we're gonna get some of the jocks here. They're totally not teenagers. Those are they've been held back. Look at them dudes.
Oh, golly.
They play
Hard to say.
volleyball. They
You-
must be tough. But what
You-
also? Why do they look like they're 25?
Yeah. Yeah, they don't look like they belong to the school
Oh
whatsoever.
wait, no, is that football or is that like rugby? Oh, it's rugby, right?
Yeah, it is rugby.
When does Japanese high schools play rugby?
I always wondered what it'd be like to shatter a human.
I know they showed an episode of that in Full Metal Panic Fumofu.
What is
Oh.
this shit?
There was a rugby club.
8-man. I like how his thing says 8-man.
We all need to take him at
Hey, Metal,
once.
8-man. Listen to this music still. And this is just normal boss music.
This guy doesn't mess around. We gotta take him all on a watch. Look, yeah, you guys are. Just give up.
They keep trying, which I don't get. I'm like, you guys have no chance against him. Y'all are just punk kids, and this dude's literally like Goku to y'all.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you're dealing with an Ultra Instinct Goku right here.
Like, he may not be kidding you, but he's still way above you.
Oh yeah.
I guess he's more than just your average creeper.
Rowdy students. Finally, dude, it took 50 minutes to get to a fight. Don't worry, guys. This game picks up a lot more. It's just the beginning wants to, you know, give you all the talking.
Oh yeah. They'll label you a sex offender. You don't want that on the news, do you? Oh god. First, you're being labeled as a perv.
I guess Tsukumo also didn't know that.
What about Tsukumo?
Well, he's like, get out of there. You'll be labeled a sex offender. Not knowing that, like Yagami just said, I could have just sued them.
Could have sued them for defamation.
Like, Tsukumo, didn't you know that? Did you forget that Yagami's a lawyer? Wow. I love doing that move. Come on, give me your mortal blow.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, he's pissed off now. Yeah, super pissed off, but you managed to take him down in one blow. Whoa! Look at that! That move.
Yeah.
You jumping in the air and doing like the downward roundhouse kicks.
Yeah, the crane style stuff, yeah. Crane style is a lot more useful here. Oh, you scared? Oh, you scared, huh?
Hurricane Rana or Frankensteiner.
I don't even have to. I just... Oh, no, I could have finished them, but instead I did that instead. My bad.
We'll have JR comment on this. Will somebody stop the damn match? Enough's enough.
I just did drag and drop on him.
Hey, that's fine.
I see Legend mode, they're a little bit more durable, but I guess since I'm still fully upgraded, I'm still like...
It's like...
Not getting... it evens out.
Oh yeah, that seems to be a trend with video games nowadays. When they have a new game plus, they urge you to play the game and with the harder difficulty, and when you beat that, then just move up to another difficulty.
Yeah. All right, you learn new skills. I don't have any new skills to... Actually, I should buy some Towerners.
Your new skill is to sue the kids for defamation.
This right here, super annoying. And I did all of them. It says 52 out of 56. I'm guessing DLC added like 4 more. Because I did them all. I mean, that was part of 100%ing them, these squirrels things.
Squirrel!
The squirrel things are telling you what gadget to use. He gets different gadgets.
Uh-huh.
Like this one is got his ear listening, meaning you got to use your little sound amplifier.
Ah.
Just like Metal Gear Solid 2 when he had to listen to Ames' Pacemaker.
Oh yes, the directional microphone.
Yes.
Does that man claim to be Solid Snake? He says he does. I thought Snake was dead. Solid Snake did die, but he's also here in the big shell.
I like how I was gonna Flux Fisher just to show it off, but that dude was already down. I'm like begging for mercy. I'm like, oh, what? I didn't even Flux Fisher you yet.
Oh yes. Oh, Flux Fisher. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yeah. All right, let me see if I can Flux Fisher one of these dudes.
Because about half the time in the last playthrough, I was having a difficult time trying to
I did it right there. Yeah.
execute Flux Fisher, but I managed to figure out the...
you don't know if you saw it, but I did it right there.
Yeah, I managed to figure out the trick to that.
And I scared that guy.
And stay down.
Yeah, oh, look at that.
Yeah, you finally figured it out.
Oh, yeah.
So
I was happy when I figured that out. It's like, welcome to Flux Fisher City when I...
population.
After I learned it, because that's when I was showing him quite a lot.
I would have said that.
Yeah.
Fisher, population U. Look at this
Pop-
place.
Population Yagami.
Omo something or other. Give me some food, lady. Hey, does this look familiar? Oh yeah, this is the Korean restaurant.
Ah.
This should look familiar to Yakuza 7 people. I believe back there is where homeless guy's brother was. Yakuza 7 spoilers. It's all health food. Bulgogi. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Dark Eye can probably tell me.
Starving. Pretty tasty, thanks.
Are we being tad dry today in our commentary? Because I just want to let the
Bulgogi.
game shine. I'm not
Maybe
trying
a
to.
little bit. I mean, I can't really think of anything substantial as a topic. I mean, we were talking about things
the game
that are.
itself would be.
We were talking about things that are either not public domain yesterday, but that was on the Hero Club stream.
Why not?
And the whole public domain thing's quite interesting as well.
Well, actually, it is because a lot of movies you think aren't, and a lot of movies you think are.
Mm-hmm.
Let me grind the rails. Oh,
I know, and I think LPH even asked, "Are there any video games that are public domain?" And I think the answer to that is no, not yet.
Because some indie games would be, I believe. Open source games, you know?
Yeah, maybe the open source games, but
that's about it. That's all. I can't think of like a console game being.
Mm-hmm. Or like an official property. But I'd say that any property that's not utilized by a video game company to its fullest should be considered public domain at this point, to where anybody could, make a new installment out of said franchise. Like, I'm one of those people who believe that a franchise like Lunar should be public domain at this point.
If it's abandoned, right?
Yeah, if it's abandoned.
Because it's basically abandoned at this point. Like, yeah, we should, like, Rickle, let us take care of it.
Right.
The fans. Woo. There's a squirrel in here, too. By the way, I like how the NPCs are modeled in this game. I already had that. No, I need a Tarner, right, and a Stamina.
Oh yeah, the NPCs in this game, they're definitely a step up with how they look.
I went back to playing 3, 4, and 5, as I've been telling you, right, Yakuza?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still on 5. I see what Alex has been saying about 5. 5 is a weird beast. Like, where am I going? Yokohama's over that way.
Oh yeah. Yakuza 3, Hamhawk, the Hamhawks game.
To me, it's the blocking and the fact that the frame rate and the camera just didn't want to. On the PC, the frame rate messed up, and on the PS4 version, the camera was way too fast, and I got sick.
Oh man.
Haha, you almost got put on sex offender list. I don't think they would just put him there.
There's no way I'd screw things up that.
Nah.
I don't think.
I would hope not.
Seriousness.
I think they just put him there just because you happen to.
I kind of wish you messed him up worse. That way, they'd never bother Koda-san again.
Yeah, but that wouldn't really solve the problem. Not everything can be settled.
There's no way I'd screw things up this bad.
But that's where those speakers come into play.
Yeah, Kaizo, come on.
Yeah. If everything goes.
Boy, I love that voice acting. Christopher Freeman, man.
Right?
Oh yes, he definitely knows how to bring his characters to life with his voice. I mean, he did that with Zelgadis and Slayers, Rude and Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. Obviously, whatever characters he voiced in Naruto.
Probably save it.
And even Alucard from Hellsing.
Oh yeah.
But here's the thing: OG Hellsing or that and Hellsing Ultimate?
He's in both.
Yes. Because Hellsing Ultimate, we definitely have our issues with when it comes to the story.
Yeah, it's funny how people keep saying that's better than the TV show, and I'm over here like, they're both different. I wouldn't say the TV show sucks. Oh, hey, I got all these from beating all the gauntlet super fights.
Oh, cool. So, but still no 70-man battle royale in this game.
Oh, my inventory is full. Look at all
Ooh.
this stuff I got.
All
Girlfriends.
Oh, yes.
Skate parks. Look at all this stuff. Sugiura, sparring partner. It's saying full because I already like got these when I was playing 4.
Uh-huh.
3 women, 3 tales of love. Fight with boxer style. Additional sparring partners in the boxing gym.
You know, it's one thing. They probably should have ditched the skateboards for roller skates, and then it'd be like jet grind radio.
I know, right?
That'd be like
I could see it.
Yeah, that would definitely be like another crossover right there, aside from
Oh, I have a ton of yeah, the boxing style is the only one I need to upgrade. I have 2 left for boxing style. Oh yeah, the extracts, man. If the fight gets too hard, these extracts are the best, man.
Oh yeah.
Provocateur extract. Super strength, rising tiger, savage slam. Die hard. If you die, you'll be resurrected. Oh, it's kind of like those orbs in Devil May Cry.
Ah. I see.
Were you
but can you still do spike pile drivers in this game like you could in the previous game with a certain extract?
The savage slam.
Yeah.
Heck, I'll do it next. Shoot, if I get into a fight, I'll use it just to show it off because I got so much materials I don't have to worry really about making another.
LPH even said Hellsing Ultimate is like Brotherhood, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, but not good in that level.
Yeah, that's basically. Yep, that's basically what it was.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like more manga accurate, but like people like dunk on a story for TV. Well, like I see it all the time in comments. You know, the TV version just sucks compared to Ultimate, but you know the soundtrack's good. I'm like, the TV version had a decent story too. Like,
yeah.
Right.
I
don't know
will
if anyone
agree
else
that
in the chat is in there. Like, yeah.
I will agree that Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is the better show, even though I do like the first series to some extent because it did take the story into a completely different direction while keeping most of the base themes from the manga in there. But Brotherhood, I still find to be my personal favorite out of that.
I think it's this fight. But yeah, Brotherhood.
Gonna come out to lunch with us or what?
Love Brotherhood.
Don't you have anything more to say than that, Coda? Get your ass up. Come on. Matsune's really not in the mood to deal with your shit today.
Yeah, it's just Hellsing Ultimate is the complete opposite.
Eat lunch here, okay? Huh? You're giving us
You notice how like every other schoolgirl NPC has like the same hairstyle. You could you could tell that they're special because they have like that one actually has twin tails and the other one has like red and he has red and he has his hair slicked back. There's like one guy who was blonde behind them, had his hair blonde dyed. Yeah, that dude.
What's the fucking holdup, Coda?
Oh, you got a bandage on your nose. This is what you get for messing with our boy.
Like, see?
Well, damn. So much for my appetite. You guys are making me sick.
Hey,
I like how this actually works.
Oh yeah.
You guys talking about us?
You see anyone else being assholes? Of course he's talking about you.
Yeah, I've about had it with you punks. This shit's
You can tell that's not a student. Friggin' Freeman, Christopher Freeman's voice coming out of nowhere. Yeah. Yeah. You can tell that's not a kid.
Seriously, you guys? You're taking Coda's side here? You know she's just a whore, right?
You okay, Koda-san? Just ignore these losers.
How low can you go? Calling someone a whore isn't gonna win you any
Yeah, exactly.
let's hear it for the picture of purity over here.
What the hell? Hey!
She can dish it, but she can't take it. Hope the boys are watching.
What?
And then they're like, you know what? Yeah.
What the fuck?
This is so J drama.
Yes.
What part of this don't you understand?
Yeah. You know what, guys? It's true. You guys just need to leave her alone.
He's right. He's totally right. What's your problem with her anyway?
Yeah, Kuda didn't do anything wrong, guys.
Exactly. So back off Koda-san already.
Stop acting like
Like how they're the ones gaslighting.
Get the hell out of here.
Where you guys going?
Ha! You want to be bullies? We're gonna gaslight you.
Oh, how does it
Woo!
feel now?
Just get going.
Yeah. Toss him out.
What the hell is going on here? Hey, Watson. Fuck this.
Yeah. Let's just go.
Fuck it.
No drop frames today.
No.
0.0%.
Woo!
Woo!
Like that.
Yeah,
They
it's
all knew
that's
what
the
was
power of
going
being
on.
wired, I guess. You know.
It can be hard to speak up even when
Sorry
you know
about that.
something
That's
happening right in front of you is wrong.
sound out sending things.
Not so different from adults.
Power
right?
of being wired.
Was everything we just
Power
witnessed
being wired,
part of your
Metal.
plan?
The
It's just
power of
Damn
Ethernet
straight.
compel you.
There's this concept called the body snap.
The power of
Ethernet.
Christ compels you.
When a person witnesses an incident, there's three things that run through their mind.
Like I always say, when you're playing fighting games, plug it in, plug it in.
Must not be urgent. Two, if no one else acts, I don't have to take action.
Oh, we're having a little psychology lesson with Yagami going on.
I'll embarrass myself. The result,
Hey, it's a
everybody
it's a good
stands
lesson
and
to
no one
learn in
takes
real life
action.
too.
Yeah.
I just figured if I could get even one person to step up and raise their voice, it would spur the rest of them to push past their inability to act.
Penguins
Even
are the same
LPH
way.
says your life lessons of today.
Yep.
To take a leap into the sea. One takes the first plunge and the others all start
I like
following.
how he was like, penguins do the same thing. I'm like, so you're calling our students penguins? You know
It's a
what?
fascinating
Yes, I
thing,
am.
a display of bravery.
Uh, if they were all wearing tuxedos, then
First
yes.
penguin is a symbol of respect in America. He said, "Is it?
That would mean your voice
We
was the
we're
first
all
penguin in
well,
that
except for
classroom.
Metal. We're all in the U.S. of A.
Can't say for certain this resolved your
And
problem,
Metal's in
The
America
S of
Junior.
A.
but
The first penguin is a symbol of respect, but I usually see them at zoos. You know?
I'm trying to think of like what they mean by that.
Yeah, because
I
most
would love, if I would love to like have an American like one of us there while that principal was saying that, first we're just like I never where'd you learn that? I'm American. I never heard anything about first penguins. What are you talking about?
LPH
said tell that to Batman.
Yeah, tell that to Batman.
Yeah. First penguins respect. Batman's like, what?
It's like,
Look-
what?
RGB lighting laptop.
what do you say we monitor the situation for now? Might not be wise for adults to intervene just yet.
I suppose your plan has worked out for the better.
Still,
It should be teachers
a
and
knockoff
administrators
Alienware
handling these matters,
laptop
not detectives.
You know what?
that Tsukumo
Couldn't
has.
agree more.
Then if you'll excuse me.
I like how Yagami said, couldn't agree more. Exactly. He's saying that you should be handling it, teacher.
Oh, come on, man. Lighten up a little.
No, I'm
Didn't have to
no,
rub
no,
it in
no,
your
no, no.
face.
You know what she thinks? She thinks we're some.
I like how
bums off the
Yagami's
street
just
trying
full
to meddle in
borderline mode
academic
on this.
affairs.
Well, of course.
I apologize.
Everybody
on
else,
your behalf.
Yagami, I don't understand you.
But
Me
Yagami-san,
with
that
with the
was some
borderline. Oh no, I
magic you
understand him
worked
completely.
there. Hard to
I know what
admit
he's
this
trying to
at
do.
my age, but I learned quite a bit from what you did.
I wouldn't go that far.
Good stuff, Yagami-san.
Naturally. I knew you would deliver.
Huh?
Look at all the phones named Tech Rex. Get in the law office. He forgot to
Take
tell
this.
them. They still
Oh,
think
boy.
it's in Tokyo.
This is Shiosaki.
Oh, yikes.
Sure.
Ooh. Oh, lordy.
I have a rather urgent request for you. It concerns a trial we've been involved with.
Listen, Sari-san, I'm a little busy. I don't know if I could take a rush job at the moment. We aren't even in Kamucha right now.
Oh,
Yokohama.
Saori.
I'm helping Sugiura out with a case for his new agency.
Stephanie Shea voices her in this game, not the other one.
At Serio High School. Saori-san? You there?
So yeah, Sailor Moon voicing Saori-san in this game.
Is that the school?
Have you heard of it?
You know, I guess we should talk about this. Are you guys expecting anything from Comic-Con this year?
Believe it or not,
I heard something about that actually.
I'm thinking we're gonna see some Dragon Ball related stuff.
He himself was a Serio High graduate.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
He'd returned to his alma mater
I'm expecting some Dragon Ball stuff.
Just a sec.
You think there may be a possibility that that they might hint that, you know, a second Dragon Ball Super anime series is in the works?
They might, because the movie is coming to America
next month.
Right after, the con.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be the time. Hey, you watch the movie next month, and then next year, Dragon Ball Super. I don't know if they actually will, because
someone else knew Mikoshiba was
they
dead
tend to not
before the police even confirmed it.
do that in America. But
A sex offender.
Dragon Ball's big enough.
Well, yeah, it's big. I would say it's big enough now since, you know, Dragon Ball is pretty much a worldwide franchise and not just strictly a Japanese franchise.
So you're saying he committed the murder too?
No. The victim was still alive while Ahara was at the station.
So this is all just
I think I already said my piece how I said that we're probably going to get the release date for the Cowabunga collection from Konami, the Ninja Turtles compilation.
He has an alibi for the murder.
Yeah, I sincerely hope so. Like, I'm really waiting for that.
I know. My last stream, I even Friday, I even made my go live notification. Where's that Cowabunga collection?
Yeah.
Cowabunga.
Otherwise, there's no other way he could have known about the body.
Now they're learning about that groping case is probably connected here.
You know, I wonder if Sega's going to appear at Comic-Con like they usually have been.
So do we have a motive?
Because if they are, then I wonder if they're going to announce anything, you know, like maybe like the first glimpse of the next Yakuza game, or but probably not. If anything, they're probably going to be mentioning a bit more about Sonic Frontiers.
In that case, could he possibly have hired someone else?
LPH says, and maybe a new TMNT movie. Well, there is that one that's being worked on by Seth Rogen, so it is possible that we could get our first glimpse at a teaser for that.
Up until today, I wrote Ahara off as just another train groper.
But
he got arrested for that.
Maybe we'll probably get our first glimpse at a teaser for the Fantastic Four movie from Marvel when they have their MCU panel.
Marvel.
Otherwise, the cops would have pinned him as
Capcom presents Marvel Comics.
Marvel Comics.
Marvel Comics. Man, think about that.
Oh man, imagine Comic-Con announced that. Like, hey, here's a real Marvel vs. Capcom game.
Yeah, everybody would just be, well, you know, who are into the Marvel vs. Capcom games or the Capcom fighting games with the Marvel properties, they'd be like, holy bejeebas.
I'm even thinking that if they don't do it at EVO, if Dragon Ball FighterZ is getting a sequel, I don't know. I don't know. I'm spitballing here.
Yeah.
Spitballing here. Come on, chat. Help me out.
And I think, and also in relation to Ninja Turtles, I think we're probably gonna, because the thing is that if any of you read The Last Ronin, the 5-issue miniseries that takes place in post-apocalyptic future, with one of the turtles being the last survivor of the Hamato clan, basically, you know, the Splinters clan, they do hint that there is possibly going to be a continuation in that continuity somehow. Whereas the IDW comic, which is currently going under the name TMNT Reborn.
Oh, LPH said a new Mortal Kombat. That's also possible.
Yeah, that is a possibility because it is highly likely that the next game coming from NetherRealm is going to be the 12th Mortal Kombat game, because they said that they want to do another Mortal Kombat over another Injustice at this point.
for a different crime. A train
Oh yes,
robbery that
previously on Lost Judgment.
Previously, yeah, exactly.
Do 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 do.
But then again, this
Murdered.
but then again, this might as well be considered like Japan Law and Order.
Boom, boom.
But if it is Japan Law and Order, then shouldn't it have more like a shaky
There's
documentary
just one
camera
thing
type of feel?
missing in this Yokohama. There's only one thing missing, especially since this was a time frame when it was still up, and that's the Gundam.
Before I go
Oh
on,
yes,
can we go over the defendant's profile?
Gundam,
That
the
way I'll
giant-sized
keep it
Gundam.
Yep.
Sure.
I think
That's-
now
that-
it's
that-
not the what is it now? Metal, is it what, freedom or what, something like that?
Sexual battery. He'd been stationed in Shinjuku and lived alone in Tokyo.
Metal.
That is, until
Yeah.
his arrest.
Lived alone?
I
Well,
think.
what's
Unmarried
up there
then?
in Yokohama now? Because it ain't RX-78 anymore.
Yokohama. That's actually that's where the Gundam factory is. So yes, it is actually.
But it's not the Freedom or the Unicorn.
The unicorn is in Odaiba,
Oh, okay.
That's it for personal details.
in front of the Diver City Mall. The Freedom is in Guangzhou, China, if I remember right. And they're also going to be doing a fourth one somewhere, apparently.
The same footage the media was plastering on
So that's
TV?
the only thing that's missing in this game is the Gundam. But just like in other Yakuza games, that big old Godzilla head
Hard to
couldn't be there.
dispute something you can
Copyright.
see right in front of
Well, I'm pretty sure that they would.
Copyright.
They
What
would have.
about when they
I'm
had it
pretty
done?
sure that they would have had to work out a deal with Bandai Namco for that.
Yeah, probably.
That's most likely why it's not there. Just good old licensing.
Hmm. But still, that giant-sized Gundam, that is a technical marvel. There's no
It
ifs,
is.
ands, or buts about it. That is one of the biggest marvels I've ever seen in Japan's pop culture.
Okay, this is epic.
That Mikoshiba had bullied his son.
Um,
And to get his justice.
LPH says, I hope at San Diego Comic-Con we get a new Ghostbusters cartoon. That'd be nice.
The real Ghostbusters.
And they're overdue for one right now. Oh, yeah. One, like a new series that's like after Extreme Ghostbusters, that'd be dope.
Oh yeah, it's in the same universe as Real and Extreme, just like 25 years on or something.
Mm-hmm.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. And also, speaking of movies and things entertainment, did you guys see on Twitter that they are showcasing like the actors for the live action Yu Yu Hakusho series?
Oh yeah, I saw Yusuke.
There's a Hakusho?
I saw Yusuke's live action.
Show us the
Mm-hmm.
door, lock it behind them, and probably
Yeah, they only showed Yusuke Urameshi as the first one. So yeah, we'll probably be getting in the others for the next few days now, but I'm pretty sure that we'll be hearing more about the show and as well as like a trailer at San Diego Comic-Con. Because I'm pretty sure that what they're doing with showing the characters slowly right now is just pretty much them hyping up for like a big media blowout at San Diego Comic-Con and next
Hey,
week.
Euromeshi!
Kuwabara!
Kuwabara!
Don't worry. We'll have to make do.
Kuwabara!
For now, let's just keep in touch.
Oh yeah, Volgan.
Kuwabara, are you also trying to get hit by lightning too? Do you want electric
Because a
powers?
Kuwabara is a mulberry
Sorry.
tree.
Give me one more sec. Actually, Kaito-san, can I fill you in later? I need to get some answers from the chairman.
Let's see. I wonder if they're gonna show anything for DC this year.
Help you with something, Yagami-san?
You sure can.
LPH asks,
thing
why
is,
is Netflix
where to
doing our
start?
live action anime? It's a good question.
That is a
Remember
good
he told
question,
me about
man.
a student teacher went missing?
A lot of
That it
people
is.
already lost faith
This
in
is him,
Netflix's
right?
anime
Hiro
adaptations.
Mikoshiba.
Oh yeah.
do
If
you know?
anything, they probably should make them for like say like HBO Max. If I
That'd be
had to be
cool.
I'd
honest,
like to ask a bit about him in relation to a separate investigation.
since you know HBO Max has been getting a lot more trust from the
Did
people.
something happen to him?
I'm afraid I can't give you any detail. I'm sure you want. I know
Wait,
that
I'm
isn't
sorry.
much
Whoops, I
consolation.
was skipping.
Not that it's any
Dang
comfort.
it. I keep thinking I'm playing for myself because I already beat this. I got yeah. I'm trying to be aware of like people watching either live or in the archive that
Can you tell me something?
may not have played the game.
Tell you everything I can when I can. But
Because
for now,
not
let me
because
ask you
even
a
though I know a lot of companies will be like we
Very
want them to buy the game.
Go ahead.
Some people just
I'll
can't,
start with
and
the basics.
for
Miko
some
Yeah.
people
was a
watching
graduate
them
here,
play it
correct?
makes them
And
want
that's
to
why
buy
he
it.
came back to
Actually,
train as a teacher?
LPA says, and Batman the Animated Series 30. I think it,
3 weeks
yeah, it turns 30
originally.
this year.
He'd nearly
It
finished
is its
wow.
30th anniversary, that cartoon.
One day he simply
And
Hard to
that
believe.
and
It
and
was
that
as
was
if
another
all
thing
was
too
well,
that they had
then
during Amazon Prime
suddenly
Day was
he was gone.
you could get
Or
like the
at
complete
least that's
series
how I
of Batman
gathered.
the Animated Series on Blu-ray for
You
like
two not good
$24.99 during Prime
No.
Day, the Prime
We
Day
had
deals.
barely exchanged a word since he arrived.
You know, if anything, I probably should have gotten that instead, but it is what it is. I mean, I was
Wasn't that
going
a
to get
pretty dark
the
Chat
road
Last
saying some
Ronin
shit.
4
hardback
years back?
book on the
Something
miniseries,
about
but
how he drove
had
his school to
to
suicide?
stop that because
You-
I had to cancel that due
You
to
mean what was
financial
dredged up
reasons.
online? Yes, I'm aware of it.
But anyways,
In the
Bad Gamer
subsequent
says,
lawsuit,
I'm back
that
with
rumor
some
was
sandwiches,
put
got
to rest.
hungry. And he
The
says,
court
no,
found
I'm not
no
older than
evidence of
Batman, the animated
But you had your
series.
doubts, didn't you? So you called
And
the
LPA
hospital
says,
to deep
I
it
missed
down.
that deal.
Well, yes. But let's not get confused. The tragedy from 4 years ago does weigh on us. But we've washed our hands of the matter.
Well, you say that, yet I can't help circling back to the same question. Why would
Woo.
the head of a school hire
I'm just letting
detectives
him
to
talk.
monitor his
If
students'
there's
Oh,
any
okay.
secret?
Bad gamers,
Potentially
he feels
even
really
out of
old.
pocket.
Oh yeah, that show
I
being
mean,
For one
that
thing,
show
it
being
would reflect poorly on
being a
our intentions
revolution
to
and
try to
trying
I
to
turned 33 this
Then
month,
there's the issue of bullying being recorded
so
and shared online.
it's 30. That means I
You
was
know what kind of
two
firestorm
gonna
that
be
can
3
cause. I should mention, I'm the one who takes the
when
fall
when it
for it.
debuted.
My
Wow,
own privacy
that means it was
compelling.
like what 90,
So of course I
92?
opt for secrecy.
yeah, it was
That's
92,
fair.
Batman the
But
Animated
what that
Series.
still doesn't answer
Dang.
is why this is happening now.
I'm not
Oh yeah,
sure
that
I
makes
follow.
sense. Now that I think, I don't know why I thought it'd be later. No, wait a minute, no, it would be because it was using the Michael Keaton Batman music and all that stuff. It was like,
Oh yeah, they did have Danny Elfman do the main theme song for that show.
smartphone footage.
Yeah, but
Could this be what
yeah, I'm really sad that I missed that deal too. I'll probably get it next year if they got it on sale for Prime Day.
Look at that clean 60 frames, even when he's like.
in Tokyo.
Yeah.
The man was an active duty police
I mean, if I was far
so, of
away,
course, it
I
made
would
the
think that was
rounds in the
real
media.
footage. Like, if I was like
But you
standing
already
further
knew
away,
that.
like, and my glasses
After
were off, I'd be like, oh snap, that's
he's the
real
one who
people.
sued your school on account of what his son endured
You know.
here. Bullying them
I
to
mean, I
the
could now. I
suicide.
mean, I can tell it's a game, but you know what I mean. Like, if it was
Well,
my glasses were off and I was far, I,
unreliable.
And now that he's in
I
the
might.
spotlight, any more problems at Serio would lead people to start connecting the dots. The police would dig up that suicide in no time, regardless of whatever the court had ruled. They might even reach the conclusion you had covered the whole thing up. I get the feeling that's why we're really here, to prevent another mess on your hands.
Oh, I see now.
Man,
Our job's to sniff out an
Yagami hitting hard on the principal here
That's simply
Yagami
for
was
the
like,
for the cover up
Of course,
of that
that
suicide.
wasn't my intention.
You sure about that?
"What's wrong with
The
y'all?"
thought never even crossed your mind?
Perhaps it did. The scenario you described was painfully accurate. Every time I saw Ihara-san on TV, I'd grow sick with worry that it could all boil over on us here at any moment.
I can assure you, Chairman, I'm not here to cause any trouble. I only want to learn about Miko Shiba-kun.
In that case, you should speak with Sawa-sensei. She was his teaching mentor.
Her?
Ole,
Great.
ole,
That's my luck.
ole, ole.
See?
And life lesson to everybody: never bully,
Real.
because
How's I supposed to
for
know?
people who get
If it
bullied, that
wasn't for my
So,
dad,
would you
I don't
like
know,
me to
I'd probably
call her
be
back
messed
here?
up
No, thanks.
when I was bullied
I
in
should go
6th
see her
grade.
myself.
because
Do a bit
the
of
more that
sleuthing.
people do that to the
In
weak,
that
the
case,
more the
you
weak
may want
will
to go
end up
downstairs
committing
and see if
suicide
she's
because
in
of
the
that.
faculty room. She should still be on
I'm
lunch.
saying,
Perfect.
Yeah.
I've
my
got
dad,
another chance to
he
shoot
didn't
my
step in,
shot.
I'd probably
Sorry,
be
Kaito-san, but I'm
heading
fielding
out.
this one alone.
6th
Yeah.
grade.
Tsukumo, you guys can clear out too.
What? You're benching all of us just like that?
I don't understand the meaning of this, Yagamishi.
If I had time to
LPH
explain,
says, and next week, The
just trust
Adventures
me
of
this
Jimmy
one now.
Neutron Boy Genius show is turning 20.
Wow, I used to watch the crap out of that show.
Dang.
I love that show.
Alex says, later in this game's story, the story really makes you start question things about the main core and what is right and what is wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's like it's one of those things where ethics really comes into play, you know, based on one's moral compass of the whole scenario, what's going on. But yeah, also this year the 80s the 1987 Ninja Turtles cartoon is 35 years old.
Oh, is Sawa-sensei here?
She should be back shortly. May
It
I ask
is.
who's waiting for her?
Well, no one's special, really. I just need to have a quick word with her is all. Maybe you could tell me where her desk is?
It's right over there. The one with all the English books.
Thank you.
She speaks English?
LPH says, damn. It's funny to think how, you know, when the Ninja Turtles started in '84, it actually shares an anniversary with the Sega Dreamcast. Like when the Ninja Turtles hit 25 years old, when 2009 came, it was the 10-year anniversary of the Sega Dreamcast. And I remember how a lot of people during that time did, you know, tributes and retrospectives and all that. And they even kind of did that as well back a few years ago, but it didn't really seem it was that prevalent as it was back in 2009.
I thought you'd have gone by
Woof
now.
woof. Yes, I'm sorry about that, folks.
Yeah, they
I
seem
need
to
to
think
ask
they
you a
run
couple
the show.
things.
Woo!
Such as?
Such as how close you were.
This is like
What?
this is the same thing every time whenever I stream, you know, when I'm on the stream. It's that they always got to bark bomb this whole
I
thing.
believe this was 2 months ago.
It's like, what? And they're like, yeah. We're like, you don't run
Why
this
do
stream.
you
They're like,
of
yes,
all
we
people
do.
wanna know?
Did you notice anything unusual before he disappeared? Any sign
You
of
don't run
trouble he
Kyle's
might have
house.
had?
They're like, yes, we do. Like, you're like, no, you don't.
Oh,
Can't say
hey,
for sure.
Dane.
He just
Hey,
stopped showing
good
up
to
one
see you.
day.
Omega
Really,
Mario,
that's all
how
I
you
know.
doing?
Is that really all you can tell me? Nothing jogging the memory?
I said that's all.
So yeah, Omega Mario, as you can see, we're still very early on in the game. We just started Chapter 2 not too long ago.
You were already a teacher here by then, weren't you?
It's because I'm letting them talk.
Back when
For
a
people
student
who
had
haven't
committed
seen the
suicide,
game,
there were rumors online about how it could have been caused by bullying.
I usually like
Miko
skip. I
Shibaku's
usually
name
read and
came up
skip,
as one
but
of
I'm
the
like,
potential
you know,
bullies.
what if people just have us on as background
Those
noise?
were
You know,
just rumors.
Yeah.
So he wasn't involved in any
it's,
teaching?
I don't know. Some people, I do that.
Teach English, and that's
I'll
what
have
I
a
was
stream
focused
on and not actually pay
So,
attention
as
to it.
far
I'll
as
be
I
drawing
know,
or something.
Mikoshiba-kun was a good student with solid grades back then. And during his time in training, I was under the impression he got along with the students just fine.
He's not the type to bully then?
Omega Mario says, doing good. Checked Twitter because TennoCon and there is a new Warframe in the works called Soulframe.
Huh? Really?
Ah.
That's it? Huh? It's Nintendo what the suits are called, right?
4
In
years
Warframe.
ago, the court determined this school
I
was not
played a
responsible
tiny
for
bit of Warframe, like
bullying-related suicide.
tiniest.
You mean Ahara-san's
Yeah, I
lawsuit?
remember playing
The father of the
Warframe
student
a
who
bit
died and
when
wanted
I
to
first
serve
got my
something?
PS4,
Yep,
but
same.
it was. But the thing is
It's
that
a
I
lot
really
better
could.
now. But
Oh yeah, it's a lot better now, but it was glitchy as all hell when
yeah, at
I
the
first
time when
started
I
playing
got
it.
it, I was like,
Exactly, is
ugh.
the point you're trying
But
to
now
make.
I hear it's actually pretty dang good.
Ahara-san
Mhm.
still thinks his son killed himself
The
because
Soul
of
Frame, huh?
Mikoshiba-kun.
Let me ask you something, Yagami.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. There was a new Warframe called Soulframe,
You finish this whole business
but
with the
I didn't
chairman?
even know that they actually
If that
were
wasn't enough,
showing
that
more
security
information about it at TennoCon.
You clearly have zero regard for
And he says
anyone.
that the suits are called Warframes and the operators are known as Tenno.
Okay,
It's a spiritual successor to Dark Sector.
Yep, I remember that was the game I was trying to think of too. That it was the
You've already got
successor
everything you
to. Okay, so the operators are
One last
Tenno, not the,
question.
okay.
You and the chairman both mentioned how Mikoshiba-kun got
Because I
along
did
with
play, like I
students.
said, but that was back when it was
Anyone in
still not as
particular that he
polished
was
as it is
close to?
now.
Oh yeah.
Quite City of No Man's Sky. You know, No Man's Sky. That talk about a reversal.
Mm-hmm.
No Man's Sky and Final Fantasy 14, as you all know.
Basketball.
Oh yeah.
What a reverse.
Because
boy, that-
yeah, version 1.0 is what almost killed the entire franchise.
Yeah. They keep popping up. Yeah, they do. Because
If
they're
it was,
dumb.
if it wasn't for Yoshi P, turning everything around, then Final Fantasy probably would have been dead that day.
Kaito-san, you there? Tell me you're still on campus.
Why? You suddenly decide you need me after all?
Man, don't be like that.
And Omega Mario says, those punks.
You mean
I know, right, man?
Like I said, like
guts.
ain't nobody that dumb. Like
That
even in
aside,
real
you did
life,
get some
I
interesting
never seen
intel.
people like
That's where you come in.
if they know they're that outclassed, they usually won't try
I wanna
again.
find
He's
those
like,
bullies in the basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Think you can fly the pigeon for me?
But something tells me that they are.
oh, they are again and again and again.
All right then.
Yagami, I believe, has to beat them 7
Thanks.
times.
I'll start scoping.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
before they surrender to Yagami and be
finally
like,
like, "Oh, yeah,
okay,
we
we
can't
finally
beat you."
acknowledge you. You're
Yeah, you-
better than us.
Yeah, like and Yagami's like, now you get it. I'm Goku, or Yujiro. To them, he is Yujiro, Kitty.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, he is.
they're gonna try again because they're dumb. She just wants to play her basketball.
She just wanted to be in the club. She just wants to have fun. But all of a sudden,
Oh,
those
tell Dane how we're playing this.
he's Fighter Chaos is the one who's playing the game, Dane, and he is playing it on Legend mode. Or the Legend difficulty. But here's the thing, he's playing it on New Game Plus, so it's actually making his job a lot easier when playing this game in that difficulty. And even Omega Mario said, "Good lord."
You're Koda-san from class 2 too, right?
What made me realize I could do it was when I did all those extra battles that are automatically on Legend. You can't change them, like they're like challenge battles.
Uh-huh.
Yo, you read me talk? That posse of little shitheads just went strutting into the gym with some bats.
Kaito-san, can you at least try to
Oh.
me a little sooner next time?
Ouch. Really?
That happened to me before.
Hey, why are you
Or a
still
basketball,
here,
I mean,
asshole?
Jeez.
Talking pretty big for taking a cheap shot while my back was turned.
You had it covered, shady old fuck.
Hey, you been spilling anything to this guy?
I didn't.
Who the hell are you anyway? I'm Batman.
I was asking her about Miko Shiba, a student teacher who disappeared from school not too long ago. You guys know him, right? The basketball club would.
Don't bother trying to talk to us like we're your
Well, he ain't talking like your friends. He's talking like your suspects, actually.
You'll die before I
Yeah. You a high school kid are gonna ruin your life by trying to kill some dude.
Only
Yeah.
fair for you to take a hand.
How like I'm pretty sure random high school kid that isn't part of
But it's still gonna be
it is gonna be one-sided.
Yeah,
You're not gonna do it. Why do you guys keep thinking you can do anything?
They're so thick-headed.
Here it's like telling you, here's how you disarm it snake style, and I'm like, I don't need to.
You guys are dealing with Nightwing right here. He's gonna kick your ass. Omega Mario says, time for these kids to fall victim to Snake. That's pretty much the plan.
Trying to parry him, but he's... Oh, I didn't parry him. Oh well. Me, I'm gonna parry him. Also me. Wham! Right in the face.
Oh, dang. Parry them and, oh, the Frankensteiner! You said you're gonna bash his brains in, but that didn't really look like that much of a swing, dude.
There you go, finally. Boom. That's the move I was trying to do.
Omega Mario says ×2.
That's a ruined windpipe ×2.
Oh boy.
Oh man, we got our butts kicked. We're still gonna try because we're. Oh my god, kid.
You've got a lot of guts for your age, kid.
But we're still gonna get you. Oh Jesus.
You really need a better outlet for all that aggression.
Ugh.
Let me go!
Just what on earth is going on in here?
And her, what are you doing? You do know that they're like delinquent bullies, right?
Of course.
Sawa Sensei, I'm just saying.
I'm gonna do you a favor
And
leave out the part about the bats.
Are you even listening?
Yes, ma'am. We were just horsing around a bit. Right?
Just horsing around is right.
You really are unbelievable.
defenseless
Why are
lady,
attacking
you do
defenseless
know you
students
saw
on
them
their
for
school
yourself,
property?
lady. Those are
How many times must I
some
tell you
mean,
to leave our school alone?
ratchet
For
kids.
what it's worth, the chairman asked me to be here.
Defenseless students.
Oh, good.
What's
What?
wrong
Let's
with
drag
you,
him
Sawa?
into this.
See?
How should our
How
chairman
can you
explain
be
this to the
so
mob of irate
blind?
parents that will be at his door
I don't
any
see those
second
bats
now?
on the floor.
Don't worry. There's a very good reason we hired these ragtag detectives to spy on and beat up
Oh
your
good,
kids.
let's drag him.
Spy and beat up
Jeez
your
Louise.
kids.
Are you really that prideful in thinking that you could take care of this whole thing yourself? You are
I'm going straight to the press.
weak
I'm
to
under
do it
no
all by
obligation to
yourself.
cover for anyone.
It's not good enough.
And your attire is atrocious.
You need someone like
When you show up
Yagami
at
to help you
school,
out.
at least try
It
to
doesn't
look
even hurt to
professional.
help
Now go
for
home.
stuff like this, you know?
Why are you? Yeah, but the one who's getting bullied, you won't
that
stand
Kaito-san?
up for, Sawa.
I have
Yeah.
a funny feeling I'm not wanted here. Can I talk to the chairman real quick?
I'm just gonna say the real bad guy, the real quote unquote bad guy. The game even says he's not really that wrong. Like Bag even brought it up. This game really does try to say, like, you know,
Sawa Sensei's made her point clear. Perhaps it's best you take your leave. After all.
You know, I'm really surprised. Why doesn't Yagami sue her for defamation?
Okay, how about this?
Right.
You can hire me on as a teacher. That way, I can stay on campus no problem, right?
But you can't teach without a license. You don't happen to have one, do you?
No, but I do have a lawyer's badge.
Oh God, when I do, oh man, when I get to that part, I'll bring it up.
Certainly is a respectable position, but it's
LPA says, it's the school systems for you.
I'm
Yep.
afraid something isn't specific enough. Although there is always the option.
What? It's not a license to educate. You can teach about judiciary stuff, or you can teach about the law
Like a club advisor.
at a school.
You happen to have a kung
Can't
fu
you?
club? I've got a few tricks I could show some kids.
No, there's nothing of the sort. And on that note, I believe each club
And then LPH says, U.S. or Japan school system messed up.
Yep, both. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I say it's time we hightailed it out of here. No use sitting around on our asses, right?
I'm pretty sure either side would look at the other and they'd be like, "We never even do anything like that." When we're like, guess again, we're as guilty as they are."
Yeah. I know they always love to say that Japanese school system's so much better. I'm like, you guys are pretty much.
You're pretty much in the dark about that. About what really goes on from behind the scenes. It's like nobody is really considered normal in society anymore. So our next objective is to get a teaching license, I guess, right?
Well, no, it's to become an advisor.
Oh yeah, an advisor at the school. Oh yeah, good point.
Heard about the bullies who got told off yet? What? No, I haven't. Some basketball club are picking on a girl. Apparently her classmates finally got sick of it. Oh, the basketball club, huh? Yeah, they do seem like they're bullies. At least bullies. So that's what I was just thinking. See, Sawa. Oh no, look, even the whole school knows that they're D-bags.
Mm-hmm. But not Sawa. Ugh. Sawa. Sensei, this whole thing's gonna be your whole hubris if you continue to turn a blind eye to what's all going on.
Huh. Keep that in mind. Here we go. Here's the...
Oh, here's part 2 of, but here's the part where he's gonna say the line.
Yeah, he's finally gonna tell, like, no, her.
I knew it. Suspicion confirmed.
Yeah, I remember this part. I laughed so much when I saw this part.
Actually, you already have. I didn't think you'd be foolish enough to show your face around here again.
I'm sorry, but do I... Oh.
They always say perpetrators return to the scene of the crime, and
You have no idea what he's actually doing, girl.
Damn it, why her? Of all times now.
Seriously, hiding a camera under the stairs? And at your age? Shame on you, sir.
Yeah, you lost me. Now, if you don't mind, I'm kind of in the middle of something.
Oh no, you don't. I have irrefutable proof of your crime. Why, the very shoes on your feet. You're wearing the exact same sneakers as the pervert from yesterday. And don't think they'll carry you to safety today.
Okay, what is happening here? Sorry, but your evidence is my shoes? Everybody here's got shoes, young lady. In fact, I'm probably not the only person with this exact pair.
Your shoe style is merely the icing on the cake. You see, before the pervert arrived yesterday, I had covered the floor around the camera with a clear polymer that shines under black light.
Huh?
It's an oil-based substance, so it lasts a few days. Your soles are stained with it as we speak. Which means you came bumbling back to the
Boy,
scene
this
of
girl.
the crime, while wearing
Jesus.
the very evidence of your misdeeds. Lamenting your misfortune already? That's what you get for crossing the Mystery Research Club of Serio High.
Mystery Research Club?
Now, if you'll follow me to the faculty room, monsieur.
Oh, wait, just hold on, okay?
The Mystery Research Club.
Use EX surrender.
How's that gonna work?
There's no way I'd have noticed an invisible substance on my shoes. I'll give you that much. But even if I did step in some mystery, with so many people on campus, any number of them could have walked over that spot.
No, only the perpetrator stepped in the coating. I know.
No,
this
other
because
people
I
could have,
was there
actually.
watching the fiasco. And of course, I had the PE teacher who was with me agree to serve as witness. Why don't you just... The camera may be gone, but with that, I determined
man, this
everything there
chick.
is to know about your camera,
Oh,
down to the
lordy.
store where you bought it. Turns out it's an online exclusive, customized to capture high-resolution footage with an inconspicuous design. Were I to supply this information to the police, they would track down the owner soon enough. After all, the shop would have no choice but to cooperate with the police investigation. Do I need to spell it out any Therefore,
You have to just...
Let's say we have a chat.
a chat?
Yeah. Now, I can't give out any details, but having the cops on me would be extremely problematic. So, I'd like to resolve this as amicably
Man.
as possible. Think we can come to terms here?
Why is she just some side story high school chick and like bro, like yo.
And make no mistake, I will not be misled by diversion, threats, bribes, sob stories. Nothing of the sort.
there anything I can use as leverage?
What the?
Oh yeah.
You're Kyoko Amasawa-san, right? President of the Mystery Research Club?
So what if I am?
I saw your flyer.
Perfect
Seems like
angle.
your club's in a tough spot.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. Our current
I don't know.
advisor
Can
got
you guys
married
hear
to
the
a teacher.
game well enough?
Can't find anyone
Because
else
that's
to
the reason
pass
why
it
I've been quiet. I wasn't trying not to
Uh,
commentate.
Well, let me turn up the volume a little bit.
So the MRC may be in dire straits.
Oh yeah, I can hear it.
But your
All
arrival
right.
marks our revival. Should I turn you in as a voyeur, you would make a fine feather in my cap. You would also prove the value of the MRC, so the chairman would have no choice but to solicit an advisor for us.
Well, that all sounds fine on paper, but the real-life logistics may not play out that way. You'll need a competent professional in your area of interest. But you think they have time for volunteer work?
When you put it that way, it does seem like a long shot.
Right?
Omega Mario says it's decent. Bad Gamer says, yeah, it sounds good. The subs help.
All right.
How about you make me your advisor?
You advise the MRC?
Why not? Kamuro
How about I
Children's
become your
Conservatory
club
Market.
advisor?
You're a detective?
Oh yeah.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
talking
you
to
played it
Yagami
too.
for
That's
the
right.
Yagami Detective
Yeah.
Omega
Agency.
Mario. He said
I
he
was
did
asked to
rewatch
come
his whole
investigate your school.
playthrough recently.
That's about all I can let slip.
So then...
Yeah,
the
Amasawa.
camera was for your
Why do you
Oh,
immediately
lordy.
assume that somebody's a
I'll let you
perv?
deduce that yourself. Client
Also,
confidentiality.
I love how she finally like.
But I will say one thing. I'm here to stop shady business, not start it.
If he wasn't shooting up skirts, then what was he trying to see? Rather, who was he trying to see? Who put him up to?
It's here.
Our staff? Ugh, so many variables.
Listen, I don't mean to interrupt, but hello? As I was trying to say, becoming your advisor could work out well for both of us.
Yeah.
You know what's
Not
funny?
done
Do you know on the Discord? I think I put it up in the Discord a while ago.
Really?
You may have to scroll in the music section a bit,
Sawa
but
sensei,
I think I
she thinks
put
I
up
have no
the
business
the
being
actual
here.
guy Taka is
I think
based
it's even
off of
hard to
the
prove her wrong.
voice and the face,
But
the model
if I
scan.
were to advise your
Uh-huh.
club, it'd be all the reason
Him
you need to
singing
stay on campus.
"I'm Mr. Lonely" in the
So what do you
90s.
think? It's a win-win situation, wouldn't you say?
You heard that
It's
song? I'm
experience,
Mr.
believe me.
Lonely,
That's
and
where I'm
no
the line
copyright,
when it comes to
but that song.
mysteries.
I'm Mr. Lonely
I
in the
understand.
90s.
Yeah,
The
from
purpose
it's
you
a video
state
from
for
him in the
being
90s when he
does
was a
fit
lot
the
younger,
circumstances
singing "I'm
better
Mr.
than my
Lonely."
original theory.
Oh,
But I will not be persuaded
I don't think
otherwise.
so, but I do remember hearing a song
So,
that goes, I am
propose
so
a test.
lonely.
Yeah, that song.
Test.
Oh, it
Oh, Mr.
is?
Lonely.
This way, please.
Golly, God. Sometimes
Well,
Sometimes I
excuse
wonder
me for
about-
not listening and knowing what the name of the song is.
I'll say that, but I did sing a few. Yeah, it's him singing that song when he was a teenager or in his early 20s.
I had no idea.
Somewhere in the Discord.
Yeah, I remember somebody used to sing that song to me before, and I can't remember what the situation was, but it really irked me whenever they were singing that to me. It's like, what the hell are you singing that to me
This is
for?
Yagami-san, our new advisor candidate. However, I intend to test him first. See if he's legitimate.
See if he's legitimate, that, alright? Like he's just reading manga.
Fine by me.
You see him, he's
I'm
just reading
Kenzo
manga.
Misawa, Kyoko's younger brother. Also the MRC's
Some
bodyguard.
manga about
When
I don't
your
know what.
sister's as nosy as mine, you've got to step up your game to keep her safe.
Yeah, could be anything Sega related for all we
Please
know.
have a seat, Yagami-san.
I was trying to look in there. I saw drawings, but I couldn't make out like if it was a fight going on or if it was like just
After you.
what they got premium
Oh,
cookies.
how kind of you.
Wait, they do for this club?
Apparently, you
So,
saw me gave him like
Amasawa-san,
it's like a whole
back to
stack
the
of them
topic
too.
at
Come on.
hand here.
Hells yeah! I joined this club in a heartbeat for something
Yeah.
like that on a
What?
daily basis.
You serve me premium cookies. and hot
Seems like the
chocolate.
advisor ought to know that.
You know, I don't drink coffee, but I do
founded
drink
the
hot
Mystery
chocolate when
Research
it's
Club
cold
last
out.
year. Primarily,
Oh
our
yeah,
intention was
I never
to
drank coffee
take
myself, but
mystery
I have
novels from many
drunk
different cultures and
drunken
eras.
hot chocolate when it was
The opportunity is right.
whenever I had to
Let's
shovel up
facilitate
snow.
more
Omega
involved
Mara said,
activities.
"Me want cookie."
And by that, I mean solving the mysteries around us.
Oh, you mean go sleuthing, like on a case. So that's what you were up to. I've got to say, as a potential advisor, I'm not exactly psyched to hear you go around looking for trouble.
Oh, don't get me wrong. We don't do this for kicks, and
You know,
we're
I
not
think I
afraid
made
of
my
danger.
point on this before,
If
but
we could all be
if
armchair detectives
whenever they get
and
around to making the next
investigate
Judgment
more,
game, I hope
surely
it
that
I
would
hope it
be
includes
Yeah,
gameplay within the court
Unfortunately,
sessions
that is
that
rarely,
take place
if
in the
ever,
story.
possible.
You know, kind of
Say our
like
investigatory senses
the
were to
stuff that
draw
you can
us
do in
toward a
the
mystery
Ace
that
Attorney
escapes
games
even the
during the
school-like
trial
rules.
sections of the
Why,
game,
letting such a case slip away would be
games rather.
anathema to our
I mean,
club's
like
founding
more of them,
principles.
or its
Yeah.
own a spinoff.
while I do admire
Well, no,
your
no.
passion,
Well, I'm just saying
why put
more of
yourself
that
at risk?
gameplay within
You'd be
Oh
safer
yeah,
handing it off to
I
the
know, right? For
Judgment.
a game with lawyers, there's only like
Hand you
each
off to the
first the
authorities?
original judgment in
Well,
this one
no,
only had like
let's
what
not be hasty.
one actual
I take it you
case
see my
you
point
did
then. Some
in the
cases
Yeah.
courtroom
aren't so
each.
cut and dry.
Oh yeah, but it was more
You
like
make some
doing the
valid
investigation
points.
aspect. But I'm saying like
Yeah,
when you're in the like have
yeah, I know
gameplay
the
actually
Oh,
actual
take effect.
courtroom.
that
Yeah,
makes
Yeah,
tons of
have
difference.
gameplay take effect inside of a
like
courtroom
both
case. Like
Based on what
I'm saying
you've
that both
told me,
games only did that
I'm
once.
inclined to drop your charges altogether.
like presenting
Detective
evidence
setting
and
up cameras is
you know
That's what I was
get
literally saying earlier. Yeah,
That
like,
being
it,
said, I'd also be a fool to
but
take you at
yeah,
your word.
not feel you.
If this is a
Third
ruse,
game should
I'd
right.
be unleashing a
oh
threat
yeah.
on the
I mean,
school.
I think it
Well,
would
caution is
add a
everything.
lot more to it
And you
than
shouldn't
just
mind if I
strictly
test both
just
your
doing
skills
the
as a
action
detective
because
and your
I mean
ability
even
to
though that's the fun thing about the
Once
Ryuga
that's over,
Gotoku games,
we can reach
I
a
feel that
decision.
there's got to be
I'll
some
either
sort of
accept you
gameplay
as a
element that
mentor
can actually
or
try
turn you
to
in as a
even out
deviant.
the
I get the
aspect.
picture.
You know,
So what's this test
when
entail?
talking about this type of
Actually,
franchise, since
we've been dealing with a rather
uh
risky case as
court
of late.
cases and
So your side
investigations
needs
and
to be
all that
solvent.
are really
Don't make
prevalent.
those
Risk are we
cookies. I'm gonna.
talking?
Oh yeah, those cookies look
Well,
so darn
it's about
tasty.
as
Whatever
risky
they
as
could
it
be.
is risque. Yagami-san, have you ever heard of a sugar baby?
Huh? You mean a younger girl getting paid to date an older guy?
You know it. Now,
As
our
it's
current case
risque.
involves one such sugar baby. It seems that one of our dancing
Sugar
girls has
Baby?
grown
That
a
song?
reputation for
Really?
dating older men.
Basically is a
Unfortunately,
parody
I've yet
to
pin
I'm
down
Slim
exactly who
Shady.
this is.
All you know is she's in dance club? Well, I understand why you'd want to know more, but
That
what about
ramen
this
over there,
warrants investigation? She in danger?
The issue
like
at
on the
hand
table,
is that
there's like
she
cookies,
may
but
be
they're not like
doing
on the
more
far
than
corner.
dating,
Looks like a
and
cup
it's
of
putting your
noodles.
safety at risk.
Yeah, I think it is.
Well, we
Oh yeah,
found
right
this
there.
out
There's more. There's like
online,
two of them.
so
Oh yeah,
we're
yeah.
Uh-huh.
admittedly
Yeah.
speculating a bit here.
I mean, I'm
But
sure that
apparently
they
this
need to
girl's
have their
been
supply of
influenced by
something
what they
to
What
call
eat
manga
off
is
of.
he reading?
Vanishing Act.
Ah.
Care to elaborate?
She strings them
I
up
mean,
about
it could
going on a
be
few
like
dates with an agreed-upon sum.
it could be like
Then
one
she
of
goes
the
in for the
it could
kill.
be like a Shonen
She
Jump
gets a large
uh
upfront payment for
print
promising to
from
seal the
newspaper
deal.
or whatever.
Poof, gone with the wind.
Okay, I can see how that might make her
Because
enemies,
isn't
but
that
it's
how
only right.
Shonen Jump over in Japan
I mean,
they
he's
actually bring
paying to
about their
date an
manga
underage
is
girl, and he thinks he has the
through
right to
like
blame.
newspapers and stuff.
You're not wrong.
Oh, you mean
The
like
problem is,
the
her
cheap
latest
paper?
book,
Yeah,
A Violent
Yeah.
basically
Foul-mouthed
newspaper
Bug,
paper. Yeah,
isn't so
hmm
selfish.
they're meant to be like that.
I
Yeah,
believe
that's why there's
rape
collected
and
volumes
murder
later.
were his
Uh-huh.
choicest threats.
Although
So
sometimes you want to keep
can't just
the
write this one off.
issues because sometimes it's like
Oh,
only in
yeah,
that issue did you get to
that's a
see the
concern.
colors for this
Mhm.
chapter.
And now
Like
he's
some
this
chapters
thing
are actually
roaming the
colored in,
streets,
like
searching
special,
high
but
and low for the
when they
girl's
reprinted it
content.
in the tankobon,
I'd say that
the
establishes the risk clear
collected
enough.
volume, it's
As
grayscale. Like
soon as we
oh,
found out,
hmm
we've been trying to find
I
the
have
sugar
that in
baby
my, I
right
have that in
ASAP.
I have the Dragon Ball
Yeah, I
Z
get it now.
final volume
If you don't
manga,
act,
right?
you could be in very
Uh-huh.
real danger.
There's
I
a
think
part
we're
with
finally
Boo in
seeing
it that's
eye to
supposed to be
eye,
full
Yagami-san.
color, but in
After
my
all,
volume,
the truly
it's
armed
grayscale, and
detective
I'm like,
can solve
man.
incidents before they even
Dang.
occur.
That's not quite how it works, but sure.
Ain't that a pisser?
I might do a little overtime just to make
In
up
any
for
case,
like
now that the
the fact
situation's
that
clear,
most of this
I'd like to get on with
chapter
this
is just exposition,
Just tell me
because
when
it
to
is
start, and I'll
just
be
like
there.
Kaze no Yojimbo.
It is said that with great
and a lot of these other detective things. You know, they start the beginning with a lot of exposition, but then it gets good. It gets a lot juicier and a lot more action packed later.
Oh
But
yeah.
they want to set everything up in these first chapters. You know.
Oh yeah. That's like the whole basis for a property like this. They need to have something to set up the entirety of the story before, the when shit hits the fan and gets really good later on. But yeah, I feel you.
If it's required, then yes. I want you to win their hearts in ways I myself could not. Those girls are a close-knit group. They never trade gossip with someone like me.
You want me to teach a dance club? Oh, Yagami,
That's hilarious. Speaking of the real guy, this whole game he acts like he knows nothing about dancing and singing and stuff. Not only is talking about that him singing Mr. Lonely, the real guy is considered one of the best dancers Japan's ever produced.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you might as well say that Yagami is pretty much a video game adaptation of that guy. In that context.
like it's like a joke. Like, oh, I don't know anything about dancing.
Easy peasy.
Bad Gamer says, speaking of Kaze, really looking forward to not understanding the plot again.
Yeah.
If you really are a detective and not some snaky imposter.
Is Rashomon the one where it's 3 different stories and like a lot of TV shows and movies now rip that off, where you see like different stories of the same event, but like different tellings of the same event, like different people give their retelling of an event that happened, but through their lens, through their eyes.
Based on their own
Is that
perspective.
manga? What is that? It looks like Master Roshi on the top left, but like his face is cut off. And then then it's like no, but then on the bottom left he has like hair. And then it's like a sword. I don't know.
Rat advisor. So good luck.
Could be Yamcha's sword for all we know.
Hey, thanks, car. Motorcycle action. Yeah.
Oh,
what a
geez.
cool guy.
Oh, I was kind of hoping he would actually still be in there reading the manga so we can actually get a close-up of what it looks like. But yeah, Yagami says that he doesn't even know how to dance, but he actually does turn out to be a really great dancer in this
the real
game.
guy. He dances here too pretty well, shoot. I don't know anything about dancing. Oh,
Yeah,
where am I going?
I mean, Kiryu may seem like he's not one of those people who knows how to sing well, but he can serenade well to
I mean, yeah, he played
Baka
all the
Mitai.
he played all the karaoke.
Yeah. Bad Gamer asks, what was the kid's name reading the manga again?
Oh, her brother. Oh, frick! I forgot his name.
We'll come back to it.
Right there. Something's not right.
All right, I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna raise it up for myself so I can hear the rhythm.
Okay.
Hey,
And well, when I start dancing, that is. And then mute myself so you don't hear echo.
All right.
Okay.
Great. The MRC.
When they make him dance, which is not yet.
We're not up to anything. Calm down.
Look at them
I'm
dance.
Not here to expose your
Hop,
secrets
step,
to the world.
rabbit.
I only
You're gonna hear
want
that a
to
lot
introduce
if you
to
play this. If you actually go
what are you
through with
getting
this
To preface this,
school stuff.
I noticed your club
Yeah.
advisor hasn't been showing up.
So those dancers are learning how to become idols when they graduate?
No, they're just learning. No, they're just dancing.
Times a month.
Okay.
Like to be like that dance troupe, not an idol thing.
Oh, okay.
Maybe backup dancer for an idol. Oh.
And we've got a meet coming up soon. It's so much pressure. I see. Then the stars really did align in your favor. What? Listen, senpai, I know.
Or they try to be like the next Spice Girls, Japan Spice Girls.
Favors.
Who knows? Well, I mean, high schools in Japan apparently have dance clubs, which mine didn't. No, did mine? Mine had a glee club. We had a singing thing. We didn't have. I don't think we had dancing.
Let's not sweat the
Yeah.
small stuff.
We had a
The
glee club.
important thing is
I know because I had some friends who were in the glee club. Actually, believe it or not.
Based off the TV show?
Oh, an actual glee club.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's what they're called, singing club.
Yeah.
Something
Uh huh.
about you. So how long have you been a pro dancer?
He says he's not a pro dancer.
Oh, so modest. This is like one of those dream come true moments in a movie. I've been
What was I doing?
literally racking my brain trying to come up with a workable routine.
You were gonna mute and turn up the volume so that way you can actually
Well,
let us.
well, when he starts, when the rhythm game starts.
Yeah.
This is your Reichenbach Falls moment. You need to dive headfirst into the challenge. Don't you get it?
LPH says, "Play, you got served." Theme here.
Yeah, you got served theme. Yeah.
But something about our choreography feels off. We all know our moves and every.
But yeah, no, we had a glee club, but I don't remember any dance clubs. In high school, we had a glee club. We had
It's really kind of down to the.
I actually have my yearbook that lists all the clubs.
Uh huh.
And we had some weird ones. Like we didn't have a mystery research club. We might as well have.
Does our routine need more going on, or?
I can't remember my high school what clubs were in. When I was in school.
And you need to tell them what you observed. You did have your eyes open, didn't you?
Pretty simple.
But still, I'm really bummed when that my school did not offer to teach Japanese.
God. This has a timed response like friggin' Sakura Wars, which boy. Then that's also straight out of Sakura Wars.
Sega.
Huh. Sega ripping off Sega. Sega ripping off Sega. The time thing, and this is the analog, this is the lips moment, and this is an analog lips moment.
I never wonder why Nathan Barnett, aka Keith Apicary, never did a Talking Classics on the Yakuza series, since that is a Sega property.
Oh, Mega Mario gave Bad Gamer his.
Oh, Kento Amasawa, TBG. That's the brother's name.
I see what you mean. Maybe we are just kind of going through the motions here. If only we could come up with better stuff. Oh.
I don't even know how to dance, he says to himself.
Let's take apart what.
So you're like Squall from Final Fantasy VIII. He doesn't even know how to dance.
Except he does.
Yeah.
Sure did. Throw a few kicks and punches, will knock the competition right out.
He made that dance with Renoa look good in that FMV sequence.
And it's not like martial arts-based dancing is entirely unheard of. But we don't know the first thing about Kung Fu.
Well, you're in luck. Kung Fu happens.
And Bad Gamer says, "Yeah, I found his name and didn't find anything about what manga he was reading."
Dang.
It's flashy.
Perfect. So will you teach us?
I guess I'm gonna have.
Let's see some ass-kicking dance then.
Could have been burnt.
Really?
Could have been Burn the Witch for all we know. I mean, Tite Kubo created that after Bleach, and as well as being the character designer for the recent Sakura Wars game.
It didn't look like his style. For all we know, might have been. I don't know. But
yeah, I'm just throwing out speculation.
You might, for all we know, you're probably right. I don't know.
If you're giving up after stringing them along,
Right? They might have commissioned them to do a random page.
When you played Soccer Wars, did you feel that Tite Kubo's art style was actually befitting of it, or do you think that they?
It didn't look weird to me. The only thing is just the main character looked a heck of a lot like Ichigo, just with black hair. Okay, here we go. Now I'm gonna mute.
All right.
Okay, what we'll do first is show you the opening 30 seconds of our routine until the chorus.
So you guys can talk all you want. Matter of fact, I encourage it.
Okay.
Some kung fu moves.
Sure. Good plan.
So
here's how we start.
on a scale of 1 to 10, how good of a dancer do you think that Yagami is, Metal?
Doubt I can tell that.
He's no Kiryu or Majima, but you know what? I think he's all right. I'd give him a 7.5.
Okay. Well, based on what you believe, let's see if that holds up to any truth. But yeah, so we need to have. I'm thinking of a famous male dancer. Who I could, label under Yagami. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DDR in Lost Judgment.
When the judgment is lost.
You even got to push buttons at the same time too. Oh boy. And I really shouldn't even be I really shouldn't be cringing at this because I'm actually playing Theater Rhythm Final Fantasy Curtain Call right now since I'm capturing.
That was it, huh? That was shorter than I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm gonna save it, and then man, I really want to keep going, but yeah, we got it's already 7:05. I just want to show a little bit more action before that's why I felt bad if I just left it at the talking,
Oh yeah.
I was like, let me at least show the dance,
And Omega Mario says, I give that an 8.
Winning is part skill and part pulling out of your ass.
I don't think a seasoned athlete could pull that off.
I thought you said you couldn't dance. I can't.
Yeah. Like I said, the real I felt it was like Takuya Kimura, I believe his name is.
Uh-huh.
The real guy, yeah, he's legit one of the best dancers Japan has produced. Some may say even in like one of the best dancers in the world, period. Like that's how good he is. It's like, nah, I can't dance.
Yagami, with your smartphone. No, you can't do it with your own smartphone, Yagami. You need to go find Ichiban Kasuga, get his smartphone, and summon Majima to your beck and call, and have him dance for those girls with his breaker style.
Yeah.
Could you drop by and give us more pointers sometime? Ever since our advisor stopped showing.
It'd be like, you need me to dance? Well, here, I got your guy. Then summons Majima. But then he's like, you know what? For Majima, with him having an eye patch and looking all creepy with that grin, I better send him back to Kamurocho.
You're the best. I think it's time we headed back now, Yagami-san.
Huh? Oh, sure.
All right, now I'm gonna save it, and then as soon as it lets me save it. Like,
so did I pass?
Did I pass?
Say I made plenty of
can you
headway
tell?
in
Also, can you show her your dang lawyer badge to say that like she was way over her head?
Yeah, because I definitely want to hear him say, I could have sued you for defamation.
Because you do look like, gee, yeah, because you accuse everybody, lady.
Yeah.
Can't be a good detective just by accusing. You gotta actually, a detective looks at the facts.
Yeah.
And not just.
I'm amazing now.
And not just comes to a conclusion, then looks at the facts.
And their mission is to discover the truth, just like lawyers do. I mean, it's not about being for or against somebody. The truth is like the ultimate weapon against anything. In a case like this.
A man connected to our school. Put those pieces together, and your objective here starts taking shape. But I wouldn't want to hamper any important detective work of yours.
She's too smart.
I'll let that
and dumb at the same time.
At any
But
rate, Yagami-san, I'll go
But yeah, you can't.
I remember this being in like, I forgot what movie it was at Will Smith where he said, "You are the dumbest smart person I know." So I feel like it's the same with her.
Sure, so long as you're officially considered an outside guidance counselor, I don't see why not. Also, we do need another faculty member as a supervisor, but that's more of a formality than anything. Their only responsibility is signing the paperwork. You'll still be the one running the club. Our school makes you jump through a lot of hoops just to be welcomed as a guest, huh?
Yeah, sounds like they won't let in just anybody. Anyway, is there a teacher you had?
Yep. Nope. chairman actually promised to sign off on whoever we chose. Well, I made him promise might be a bit more accurate.
Am I gonna say?
Really?
Right, I wish the chairman just told
He
us.
told me the club's already had advisors and left it at that.
Typical. I doubt he wants to actually keep his word. After all, if we get into trouble, he'll be directly responsible. He probably thinks the MRC is a big enough.
Look at that!
liability
Look at
as
that
it is.
board. That old school. Look at that conspiracy theory board right
Wonder
there,
why.
with the pins and the.
With all
Yeah.
that said, welcome to the Mystery Research Club. Can't wait to see.
All
a
right,
real
let's
detective
save it
in
now,
action.
okay?
Hey, you'll get your
Lady.
chance, and it's a pleasure.
Oh, when you have a spare moment, could you join us in the club room for a talk?
I wonder if
Like
any of
your
those
advice on
conspiracy
how to
theories
please
have
someone.
any truths attached to them.
What,
Probably
something
not.
besides the sugar
I mean,
dating?
especially when trying to go by her
Sugar
logic.
dating may be but a single thread amidst a larger, more sinister web of
Yes, there is a
conspiracies.
bigger
But
thread
there's a lot to
here.
digest here. I'll
Hmm.
catch you up to speed.
All right, well, I think
Okay.
metal or couch.
Quite sure how to.
Wait, hold on.
I think it's my turn this time, so
I believe so.
yeah, so
Hold on.
I'll go ahead and plug and try to mute this so that way the dogs can stop barking. Or so you won't hear them bark that much. So you can find me at youtube.com, twitch.tv, facebook.com, and twitter.com at Double RPG Reviews. And that's all I have to plug.
Nice. As for me, follow me on Twitter at MetalBlueEye0 and follow me and my buddy's website,
So you know it is on.
hero-club.com for all your hero news. Follow us across social media at Hero Club for Life, including Twitch, because we stream Wednesdays and Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern. Wednesdays is our kind of news and talk show, and then Fridays we just play a game and shoot the breeze. So cruise by and check us out.
All right. And as for me, you can follow me on Twitch at FighterCaus and my social media, same name, FighterCaus. That's FIGHTERXAOS. I stream Tuesdays and Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern. Tuesdays is King of Fighters. Fridays is Super Robot Wars OGs. And check my social media for, like, I draw and I'm trying to get that up, you know, webcomics and art and all that. So check the Twitter and Instagram for stuff like that. I can use feedback if it's constructive, and you know, put a lot of work and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's it.
All right, so I guess next week is episode 3.
Yeah.
And that's when we start, you know, having a little bit more leeway in with the school environment, so that way we don't get kicked out by Sawa Sensei again.
Yep. And with that said, there's 2 words left to say, right?
Yes, sir.
You mean, Kanyo.
Peace out.